All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. All right, welcome back, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, to the watch party for Nets versus Thunder for the second time this week. It is a big game again. Every single time I say it's a big game because we need to break this streak and we need to know what it feels like to win again. Um, because the only team we've beaten in probably the last 3 weeks has been the Pistons. Um, so it's pretty dire, and there's a lot of stats that indicate how badly we've been playing as well. Um, it's been really tough. McCullen, Cam Thomas have really fallen off a cliff in terms of efficiency. Cam Thomas hasn't scored a bucket in the last 2 games. Mikal Bridges has been shooting inefficiently as hell. Spencer Dinwiddie has been also shooting inefficiently as hell. So basically, a lot of things that can't afford to go wrong are going wrong. Um, it is a very interesting sort of dynamic with this team now. So mid, a number of players we can offload, a number of players that we potentially could get in. Right now, though, the trade value is well down because no one's playing well. The other day against Houston, we actually did all right defensively in the first half, but we've seen far too many times this year the Nets play one half and not both halves. And you can't afford to play 24 minutes of basketball when it is a 48-minute game. You're going to get punished, and Houston did that in the second half. We got out coached, we got outplayed. So yeah, that was another L, and we've already got 20 losses in the year, and I don't think 13 games ago we would have anticipated that it was going to come this quickly. But here we are, and we've got to make up some ground. And well, the starting lineups are very similar to the previous time we played them. We started the last time against OKC pretty well, but then OKC, they had a 30-point quarter and they hadn't even played well in that first quarter. So I think part of the problem is we're not punishing enough. We're not being clinical enough. When we have the opportunity to get out to a larger lead, we always leave a little bit on the table, and that invariably causes us to not have the cushioning required in the case of a collapse, and we're prone to collapse more often than not. So, yeah, there's a lot of work to do, but it starts with Cam and Mikal Bridges. Cam Thomas is still coming off the bench. Granted, I don't think the last 2 games have warranted a start, but he needs his confidence back up. A starting gig would be all right. But Mikal, bro, he had 18 shots last game. Only five of them went through. So he's got to lift the efficiency as well. And then I had a really interesting thought about JV's pre-game comments. He said that we actually have been pretty good defensively in the last 12 games. I don't know what game he's watching, but every single game we are shipping off threes for fun and at a very high clip. That pre-game quote has basically solidified the view that we are not going to witness change at all under JV. He is saying, he's looking at stats and saying in the last 12 games, we're 7th in expected points per possession defensively, but we're 26th actually. Who gives a shit what the expected number is? The actual number is what matters. 26th. That's not good enough. And it starts with the mindset. It's a losing mentality to say, oh, they're lucking out. They're lucking out. We're actually forcing difficult shots and they're just good enough to make them. Well, make it more difficult for them. Every single game, I actually posted a tweet that probably no one saw, but my viewpoint on that is psychologically opposing players feel comfortable because you're instilling the mindset that you're just going to give up a ton of threes. So opposing players are going to go into this game, target it, and see it as a great opportunity to get a few threes up and make them. The last time we played the Thunder, we gave away about 19 three-pointers, and they were shooting at roughly 50%. It was the same with the Rockets game. In the OKC game, I think 5 players had 2 or more threes, which is no good. 2 or more threes, 5 players. And I think 4 players had 3 or more threes. So we saw them hit a couple threes, but we didn't do anything to stop it. We just let it keep happening. The key is I have a very big issue with JV saying, oh, they're lucking out. Because if they make a couple threes from one player, naturally a good coach would say, we need to make the adjustment. We need to close them out more aggressively. Why the fuck would you continue to allow those open threes and expect a different result? That is what I fear again today. Because we're going into this again with the exact same mentality, because we're running in with the same lineup, which granted had a good showing against the Thunder first time round to start things off, not so much in the back end of the game. But it's same lineup. It is the same, trying to think. Same lineup, same coach, same ideas, same mentality. We're going to ship off another 19 threes. I can already foresee it. The only way we win this game is if another interesting fact, we have not scored 110 points in the last 4 games. The last time we scored more than 110 points was against Milwaukee. And what makes it more embarrassing is that was with our role players. And not even our role players, our third stringers and two-way players. So right now, the players that are getting paid the big bucks, the dollars, are just they're not cutting it at the moment. Not at all. And with no superstar player to bail you out and carry that supporting cast, you're done for. So, well, we're going to be here for the ride, but it's going to require a team performance today. Again, we say this every single game. It's not rocket science. That has to be my most used phrase over the years with watch-alongs. It's not rocket science, because it isn't. Sport is not rocket science. Just do the basics right. Stop fucking overcomplicating it. And in order for you to win, all your players need to play well. You can't have any players towing the party line. You can't. You've got to see a spirited performance from all players that get minutes. The problem is we have a ton of players that get minutes, continue to get rewarded, but they're not playing good minutes. So the reward is probably not warranted. So, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what what the results are of today, the outcome is. I do have one good thing to say, though. Good news. DSJ is back, of course. He was out with a back injury last game. But the big inclusion, Lonnie Walker is back. So we only have one injury on the team, and that is Ben Simmons. And he may very well be the most important player on this team if what we're seeing is going to be the normality. You know? Not being able to play defense, not having a point of attack defender, and not nearly having the physicality to deal with, you know, those perimeter players. So, here we go. First half is about to get underway. And I can promise you right now that the game has not started and we are not up to nothing, as much as I would love that to be true. Okay, starters are the same for the Nets, and for the Thunder, it is Shai, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and for the Nets, it's Dinwiddie, Bridges, Johnson, Finney Smith, and Claxton. So, no surprises there. All right. I just beg that it's our offense. Our offense is going to be the key here. Because there's only so long you can go with Cam Johnson. Like, Cam Johnson's been really good in the last stretch of games, very consistent. Problem is no one else has been. You're not going to win a game if your fucking consistency is barren and it doesn't exist. So we're gonna need to start this one off well. Nets, Thunder, at the Barclays Center. Let's get this one underway. It'll be Claxton and Holmgren in the jump ball, and it'll be won by Claxton. So Dinwiddie will bring it up. Dinwiddie on the outside, looking for Johnson. Screen set, Dinwiddie to the corner for Finney-Smith, who was 1 of 11 from 3 last time out. Dinwiddie the drive, out to Finney-Smith. He'll drive on Giddey, get into the paint. The push shot is short, and the rebound by Giddey. I don't know how Finney-Smith is so physical, yet can't score a layup efficiently. Oh, that's too easy already. But Gilgeous Alexander does not get the role. Last time we played him, wow. The last time we played him, we were pretty good at defending Shai in the early going, but we couldn't keep him off the free throw line. So it's going to be key that we force him a little bit more into the mid-range, as much as he is good in that regard. Oh, wow. What a pass from the inbounds. Claxton with the two-handed throwdown. Bridges with the alley-oop dime from the inbounds. And now Bridges will pick up Shai. Giddey on, guarded by Dinwiddie. The screen. And now the switch. It's Finney-Smith who will pick up Giddey on the outside. Giddey will drive. Good defense. Holmgren will pull up and Dinwiddie blocks the shot. Dinwiddie will push the pace as the pass is ahead to him. Dinwiddie for 3. Duck your head. Because seriously, that was disgusting. Giddey gets rid of Bridges. Easy 2. And why did I stop the timer? We'll sync it up in a moment. Bridges in the mid-range. That hits back iron. So, Williams across to Holmgren, and now Giddey. He will drive. Back out to Holmgren. He's got Bridges on him. That's a good matchup for the Thunder. Shai will drive. Stop. Kick out. Giddey picked up by Johnson. Behind the back. Step back 2. That is a great shot to force, but you can't even get the fucking rebound. To the corner for Dort. Out to Giddey again. How we had 2 players under the basket, couldn't get the rebound over 1 is ridiculous. Well done by Claxton with the help defense under the basket. With 2.3 left, it'll be the Thunder inbounding. And so, defensively haven't been awful in the early going, I guess. The ball's inbounded. Oh my god. 1.2 left and you foul. What a fucking donut, dough. What a brain-dead foul to concede. You didn't need to do anything stupid there. Instead, we allowed the shot clock to reset to 14. Williams out to Holmgren for 3. He's left alone, and that's off. And the rebound by Mikal Bridges at the 9:30 mark. Bridges into the paint, shoots on the mid-range, and gets the bounce. That's his first bucket of the game. And he's got a dime as well to his name. So a good start for Mikal. Williams the drive. He's going to hover in the mid-range and get it to Giddey. And now Dort in the corner will go at Johnson. Knocked away by Johnson. He gets the steal. And we can push the pace here. Johnson the middle. Claxton. Good extra pass. And that's a foul. And I'm surprised there wasn't a tie up there. Because Williams did have a good grip on the basketball, but Claxton was able to get one up, and there was also a whistle being called as he did go up. So, free throws coming up at the 9:05 mark. The Nets doing well there. good navigation of that fast break. And so Claxton at the free throw line will shoot a couple, and he makes the first free throw at the 9:01 mark. So 5-2 so far in this game. Clax is 3 of the 5 points. Second free throw coming up. The early going. And he makes. So 2 makes for Clax. Good start for him. A basket and perfect from the charity stripe. 6-2. Holmgren, easy drive, extra pass. Lou Dort the jam as he cut along the baseline. And that's a great dime by Shai. Dinwiddie, Johnson to the corner for Finney Smith. He's going to roll it back out to Johnson and now Claxton. Johnson will get into the mid-range. Skip pass to Bridges. Open 3. Oh my god, bro. How is he just so bad at the moment? Nothing looks convincing about his jump shot right now. Nothing. Shai. Bounce pass. Good find. Giddey the score. And that is far too easy. How can you allow an easy look like that in the half-court offense that early? Dinwiddie in rhythm. That 3 is off. Rebounded by Giddey. Spencer needs to stop shooting the 3. Easy jam. Holmgren ran the length of the court, and there's going to be an early timeout because that is just unacceptable again. So 4 minutes in, and it is yet again the offense, which this time is deciding to take a huge hit. Lonnie is back. The Knicks broke Bridges. No, I think Bridges... I don't think it was the Knicks. I think he was broken a little bit before that. Let's have a look at the box score nice and early and see what the deal is at the moment. Mikal just cannot make a basket. It's just like... It's just infectious. Or it's not infectious. It's just like... It's happening every single game. Like, surely you realize that Cam Thomas is probably your best chance out of a bad shooting start. You can see that Mikal is one of 3. So he's taken the most shots so far. Cam Johnson yet to have a point. I put him back in the play spotlight because he's been playing well. So might as well recognize the good performances when we see them. The Nets are 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3 thus far. So yeah, that is their start. It's yet again the shooting sucks. And the Thunder are 4 of 8. Only the 1 3-pointer taken. But on the interior, it's been far too easy. A lot of open looks under the basket. Holmgren scored his first 2 points with a nice dunk as he ran the length of the floor. Giddey's already got 4. Shai is yet to score, but he has 2 very, very appealing dimes to his name. So that is the scoreline as it currently sits, 6-8, and we're only 4 minutes in. So not a bad start defensively, but yet again, like, we've got to be better than this. With some of the buckets we're giving up early, it's more the method than anything, and the method isn't it. I think that we should get in the paint more. We have more success. I think the fear is Holmgren's in the paint, but seriously, we've got to stop shooting the 3 like there's no tomorrow. Spencer is not a 3-point shooter by trade. He should not be given the green light from the outside. All right, so very interested to see what the guard rotation is because Cam Thomas is coming off the bench, but then you have Dennis and you also have Lonnie. So who's going to get the bulk of those minutes? I mean, Lonnie Walker was playing superbly before the injury, so hopefully he gets us going off the bench. That'll be really important if we can exploit those bench minutes because that was ultimately our undoing in the previous meeting. We got killed out of those, or outside of those early minutes Johnson to the corner for Dinwiddie. How many threes is he going to take? But this time he hits in the corner and gets the Nets back up by 1. Johnson with the feed this time. So he's looked pretty comfortable and assured. Holmgren, the turnaround. That is so smooth. And it's 10-9. I guess I can live with those. Dinwiddie, the drive. Good move. Where's the foul? Claxton with the putback jam. Wait. What the hell? Why did they take so long to get the foul on Dinwiddie? Then we scored the dunk, and then they were like, all right, we're going to overturn it, or not overturn it. We're actually going to make the call. So they saw us score 2 points and then chalked them off. So 10 apiece. Giddey, I believe, has a couple of personals already. So 10 apiece. Early going. Decent start by the Nets. Dinwiddie makes both. And it is now a 1-point lead for Brooklyn. Giddey remains in on 2 personals. Gilgeous Alexander into the paint. And that's going to be a foul on the floor. And good navigation by Shai, because Bridges was by himself on Shai and usually would rely on the help defenders to come over and help. So we didn't have that presence. That's a great take by Williams, and he scores off the window for 2. 12-11. So not quite a 3-point presence in this first quarter. Dinwiddie the drive. Johnson the pump fake is open for 3. Got to hit those, and he misses. Mikal, Finney-Smith helps recover it. Bridges down the middle. Out to Dinwiddie. One more to Finney-Smith. It's wide open. And he hits. Yes. Ball movement was saucy. Got to knock those down. And he does. 14-12. It's a decent start, I tell you what. Shai, again, too easy. How many times... I mean, Shai is very nifty, but... It's like... It's far too easy at the moment. Far too easy. It's not the 3-pointers in this game. It's the 2s that are really putting us to the sword. Because they haven't made a 3 yet. So 14 apiece. Bridges into the mid-range. Claxton just lost the basketball. That's such a terrible turnover. Knocked away by Johnson. And so the Nets are able to stop the fast break possession. Lou Dort on the outside to Giddey. The switch. Johnson will pick him up on the drive. The bounce pass was out of play, and it was a turnover. And Giddey hasn't had a great start. I mean, well, he did have a good start, and it sort of trailed off as the quarters worn on. He's already got a couple of fouls and now a turnover to his name. So Dinwiddie to Johnson, and now Claxton back to Johnson. He'll get in the mid-range. Pump fake. Mid-range. Didn't get the bounce, bro. Decent look. Lou Dort the kick out. That's an open 3 for Holmgren. And he misses. Dinwiddie the board. He's going to get it ahead to CJ. Who had to go fetch it. Kick out. Finney-Smith top of the key. Yes! 3-point lead. Finney-Smith with 2 threes already in the game. And that's more threes than he made on 11 attempts from the outside in the entirety of the game last time out. Williams, the switch, wrap around. They're looking for Lou Dort, and that will be... They thought it was... Well, Nets players thought it was their ball, but it's going to be the Thunder recycling. So we're going to see some subs. Cam Thomas checks in at the 5:23 mark. He has not made a field goal in 20 attempts. So if he knocks down his first, that'll do wonders for his mentality. He's got to pick up Shai on the outside, the turnaround, Shai in the middle. That hits back iron, and the rebound by Claxton. So Dinwiddie will handle the facilitation duties. He's got Giddey on him one-on-one. You've got Cam Thomas open. What are you doing? Dinwiddie the spin, and he scores for 2 over Giddey. To be fair, that's a smart move because Giddey's on 2 personals, can't afford to give away another foul. Williams is in for the Thunder. That's Kenrich. Oh, Shai again. Another foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's the second time he's leaned into a pump fake, and it will be 2 free throws coming up for Shai. So a good start for Brooklyn, but those are the ones you absolutely cannot afford to give away. And so Shai at the free throw line for their first attempts, and that one is off. So Finney-Smith to the bench. Granted, O'Neal was already getting ready to check in, so it's a like-for-like swap. And who else is going to get minutes? Dennis or Lonnie first in? Lonnie's on a minutes restriction. Second free throw for Shai is good. So it looks like... So it's only O'Neal who's in off the bench and Cam Thomas. So Johnson and Finney-Smith off. Bridges will drive. Oh my god, what is that? Claxton! Oh my god, what a dime! Cam Thomas with the make! Claxton made something out of nothing. It looked like the Thunder were going to go the other way. But Claxton with a no-look feed to Cam, who had gotten ahead. Or hadn't gotten back, should I say. The Nets are up 6. Dort the drive. The kick out. Joe to the top of the key for Gilgeous Alexander. The 3 over. Claxton is off. The rebound by O'Neal. And now Thomas will push. Got to look for the smart pass here. Thomas gets by. The lob. Clax couldn't get it done, but he somehow got it back, and it's going to be a foul. Clax with some great activity on the boards and in the last couple of possessions just to keep the play alive. So after the Bridges turnover, Clax snuck up from behind, saw Cam Thomas out the corner of his eye, and Cam was able to score his first bucket on his first try. So that's going to be nice to... Well, it's nice to know that Cam scored his first bucket after missing the last 20 field goals over the course of 3 games. Clax at the line has made another free throw. So the Nets are up by 7. And Clax has one more free throw incoming. So Dennis will check in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And the Thunder, well, they've struggled in the early going. And the Nets have actually looked decent on offense. So Claxton made the first, and he didn't get the second to go, even though it was well and truly online. Williams up top. They're playing a small ball 5. That is Williams. Joe up top. Shai on the outside. Switch. O'Neal picks him up. Shai is going to drive. Knocked away by O'Neal. Fast break possession. Dennis. Layup. Yes! It's 24-15, and the Thunder are forced into a timeout. The Nets are up by 9, and I can't recall the last time we led by this much. It's been an awesome start. Really positive start. We got no chance, maybe negative, but it's the truth. Well, if this start doesn't give you a little bit of hope, then I don't know what does. Because this is a much, much better start than I anticipated. I'm sorry, we're not keeping this lead for long. Just watch. Well, it's fair to say that the Thunder have not had their threes available to them in this first quarter because they haven't scored a 3 in the quarter, which is unprecedented. They are shooting the ball well, but they've only been at the free throw line once and they don't have a 3-point make. So that's causing a few issues for them, and that's why they're really lacking in the scoring department at the moment. 4 points is the top score for the Thunder from a player. And for the Nets, you've already got 3 players with 5 or more. Claxton has made 3 of his 4 free throws. He's got 5. And then you've also got Mikal scoring, only 2. So it's been Finney-Smith with a couple of makes from the outside. He's on the bench in foul trouble. And Spencer Dinwiddie has scored 7 on decent shooting splits. Dennis and Cam have come off the bench and already had an impact, which is good to see. We've already had 6 free throws and 3 threes made. So that is the reason we lead now, even though we've only had 1 more shot and 1 more make. And only the 2 turnovers. The 2 turnovers is helping. We've had a few fast break points, which is a plus. But the threes and the free throw percentage if it actually goes down to it. That is the key at the moment. Doing a really good job. Really, really good job thus far of, well, this is the start we needed desperately. It's going to be really important now that we maintain this lead and keep this up. It's going to be interesting, though, to also see how we approach the Dayron minutes, because the last time we played OKC, Dayron wasn't really coping too well with drop coverage. He was allowing a few open threes, and they were playing the small ball lineup, so his impact wasn't fully utilized. It's going to be key that, well, we need to find a way to utilize him, because I sense that if we play him, he's going to have a good bit of mismatch in the restricted area, so we've got to look to exploit that if we can. If you are enjoying the stream early on, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back for Nets versus Blazers nice and early in the morning before the Nets play in Paris. And will I do that stream? I probably will, because it's the only game in a week for the Nets. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that game. So the Thunder resume proceedings. Cason Wallace is in. Jalen Williams is in. That is the guy off the bench. Wallace in the mid-range over Claxton. It's basically an air ball. Not a smart bit of shot selection. Dennis will drive. Got by Isaiah Joe, and it's a regulation layup. And the lead is up to 11. So the Nets on a 12-1 run in the last 2.5 minutes. And we're seeing the defense is really helping fund the offense. Dennis with a steal. O'Neal bounce pass to Claxton. Good take. Dennis, one more for Claxton. Gets it up and in. And one! Come on! Claxton with more free throws coming up. He's been an assertive... Well, he's asserted his dominance in this opening quarter. That was really well worked. Dennis didn't try to do too much. Claxton didn't try to do too much. He just waited for the defense to, well, open up, really. And Clax has made 4 of his 5 free throws. So now it's a 15-1 run. So stops leading to offense. Who would have fucking thought it? Williams. The wraparound for Isaiah Joe. Williams on the outside. Back to Joe. Gets in the paint. The kick out to Williams. Now to the corner for Wallace. He gets into the mid-range. He flings it out to Joe. Pump fake. Open 3. And that is basically an air ball. Bridges with the rebound. He's going to push it. He drives. That's got to be a foul, and it is, and it'll be 2 more shots, and Mikal this time will get a look in. But the free throws are just coming in abundance right now. It's on Shai. So Mikal is going to be at the free throw line for his first 2 tries. It's no coincidence that we are, well, everything is in our favor at the moment. Bridges at the line makes the first. We're knocking down free throws. We're getting stops. The entire Thunder backcourt are also in foul trouble. Shai has picked up his second. Giddey has picked up his second. Finally, we're actually putting a team to the sword in the early going. This is something we have not seen for a long time. We've started the game shooting 60% from the field, and a large part of that is because of the defense. Joe to the corner for Williams. You can live with those, and he misses the 3, but it's batted back out to a Thunder player. Joe jacks one up, and that's also off. So their dry spell of scoring continues. They have not made a 3 in this game. The Nets have made 8 of their last 10 shots. Claxton, oh, well done by Dayron. The pass was awful. Dayron had to go fetch it, and the Thunder player, all he needed to do was just shield the ball. However, Dayron was able to knock it off Williams without ever coming in contact with the boundary. So it's going to be Nets ball again out of absolutely nothing. Thomas in the mid-range. He gets to the elbow and he scores for 2 with the jump shot. We're up to an 18-point lead in the first quarter. The Thunder have not made a field goal in nearly 5 minutes. Shai the drive. Gets one up. How is that a bloody foul? Shai gets one up and in, and I believe it's Dayron with the personal, but if it is Dayron, I have no idea how it is. I thought it was Dennis with the foul there. There's no way that's on Dayron. It has to be on Dennis. on that gather, and Shai knocks down the free throw, which he is too good to not do. In the final 2 minutes, the Nets up by 15, and this is a lead we've desperately needed. We've got to keep this up. O'Neal, drive, extra feed, Dayron with the jam, and that is a brilliant dime by O'Neal. And as I said before, we need... Well, that's too easy. Oh my God, Dayron. See, that is the issue, right? Dayron's already picked up, well, he's looked a little bit ropes on the defensive end, but on the offensive side, you saw there's going to be an opportunity for exploitation there with the Dayron, like the physicality he possesses. The problem is that early defensive work there. Shai makes the free throw. On that sequence just then, the Thunder were bringing the ball up. We were set, but somehow Dayron is the guy who ends up picking up Shai. Like, that's pretty poor work. Thomas with a turnaround on the baseline. He's hit 3 shots from 3 shots. He hasn't missed one yet, which is an awesome sign. Dayron is now having to pick up Chet, which I'm not liking as a matchup. Wallace picks up his dribble on the baseline. He's trapped. The bounce pass to Joe on the move. That hits back iron, and the rebound by Dennis will push the pace. Bridges, he gets by Holmgren, gets one up, and it's going to be free throws. It sat up on top of the backboard and could have been a circus shot if it did go down, but it will be more free throws for Mikal. And, bro, I'm loving this willingness to just take it all the way in. We haven't seen this assertiveness nearly enough, and we've already had double-digit numbers for free throws, and it's the huge reason why we've got 38 points as it currently sits. Lindy Waters is into the game for Cason Wallace, and also into the game is Davis Bertans, who I don't think he gets too many minutes. I think they've sensed that there are no threes arising, and so Mark Daigneault has delved deeply into the bench at the moment. Dayron to the bench. Clax back in, sensing that they've brought their stretch bigs back on. So a good like-minded substitution. And Bridges will shoot one more free throw with 51.7 left in the opening quarter. It's good. And the Nets are up by 18. It'll be Shai who brings it forward. Picked up by Bridges. The Nets have had 11 free throws and made 10. The other day, we actually missed 10 free throws, so it's fair to say that this has been a very, very welcomed start. The Nets playing a bit of zone here. Holmgren down the middle. Bertans on the catch. The 3 is off. Good box out, and now Cam Thomas will get it ahead and will hold for 1. They try to execute the 2 for 1, but it wasn't successful, and now Cam Thomas, one-on-one with Waters. Good defense. Cam Thomas on one leg. Can't bank it in. It's good defense, and Shai will get it ahead. So he's played the entire first quarter, and they trail by 18 points. So fair to say that if Shai's a part of a losing team, then, well, it's going to be interesting to see where they get the spark from. That's quarter time. Another missed 3, and that is it. 39-21, ladies and gentlemen. We're winning a game of basketball. We're winning a damn game of basketball. Who would have thought we're winning a game of basketball? Oh my goodness. Give him a round of applause, for God's sake. That is ridiculous. Let's have a look at the box score. I'm actually G'd up. I'm G'd up. Alrighty. We have made only 3 threes, but you see the volume. Usually we're pushing 12 to 13 attempts a quarter. We've only had 7, made 3, but look at the field goal percentage, 62%. Already 11 free throws, so you're seeing the presence on the inside. We're 10 of 14. You put the free throws on top, it supplements a 39-point quarter. We've already forced a few turnovers as well. Looked after the basketball. You can see the bench have had an insane influence. Bridges is a plus 18 because he's been on the court the entire time. We've already got 5 players who have scored 6 or more points. That has not happened in a very, very long time. Cam Thomas had not scored a field goal in 20 attempts over the course of 3 games. He's got 6 points already. which is awesome. And Clax has got 8 points. He's leading the way for the Thunder. Shai's got 9 points, but he's been on the court for the entire quarter where they've shipped off 39 points. They have not made a three, shooting 39% from the field, and they have barely been to the free throw line. So they're missing the threes. They can't get to the free throw line, and so they've really struggled. They've also had 5 turnovers, so that is not a good sign for them either. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, I really said it was that simple before the game. You need every single player rocking up and you'll win the game of basketball. And it's fair to say, well, everyone has rocked up to start this game. Has the shot selection been... Has it been a byproduct of us being good defensively and them being shit, or them being shit offensively? I think it's a mixture of both. We've forced the 5 turnovers. We have left a few open threes, but it feels like the intensity is a little bit better. It's much more reminiscent to the Houston first half than it has been in, well, outside of that. So look, these minutes with Mikal off the court, it's going to be interesting to see. We bring on Lonnie Walker, so we're playing a 3-guard lineup with O'Neal and Sharp rounding things out. So Lonnie has been out on the side for about 17 games. It's good to see him back. That's far too easy. Dayron's got to help. He's got to block that run for Holmgren if they're going to continue to feed the lobs. O'Neal, skip pass to Dennis. He's open. Right in front of the net bench. It's off. The rebound is secured by Holmgren. So I think they're going to allow those Dennis threes. Holmgren is going to drive. Pass out to Williams. Now it's Micic. Williams. Back out to Holmgren. Closed out by Dayron. Holmgren takes it inside and scores the 2. So Dayron's got his work cut out for him. I think Holmgren could cook. So Dayron's probably got to use his size on the inside there. Thomas to Dennis. Now Dayron Sharp. O'Neal, the wraparound. Looking for the lob. That had to be a foul, but O'Neal was there for the tip-in. It's 41-25 Nets, early going second quarter. Lonnie Walker has not had a touch yet. And he's been on the court for a good minute and a half. So we need to give him a bit of a look in. Micic out of Holmgren. He's open for the 3. He misses the 3. The rebound by Thomas. And he boxed out Cason Wallace pretty well. So no threes for the Thunder yet. Thomas makes the 3 on the outside. We're up 19. And the Thunder continue to miss from the outside. The Nets continue to make. And I guess JV said he was banging on about us playing the percentages. And the percentages, well, it's in our favor. The gamble is paying off. Thomas, what the fuck, dude? Cam, how was that not a foul? Let's have a look. I don't think they're going to show the replay. Cam's chucked up probably the worst baseline jumper I've ever seen. But he thought he was fouled on it. Man, so good to see Cam Thomas actually finding his rhythm again. Because it was lacking for a fair portion there. But these players have got to fight through it. He's a young player. He's going to experience these tough stretches. You weren't... It wasn't like... It was... What the fuck is that? That has to be a push-off, bro. What the hell is that bullshit? Has Dennis been hit with a foul? That is a joke. Can't call a foul on the other end, but they'll call it on this side. Wow, Dennis already has 3 personals. Shit. So free throws coming up for Jalen Williams, and he's well short on that one. That was not pretty. So Dennis with 3, Dayron is very foul prone, so that is already 2 players a little bit mudded. Claxton is back in, and Williams converts 1 of 2. So the Nets up 18 early in the second. A great start, needs to be supplemented by a good second quarter. Walker finally gets a touch. O'Neal pump fake, wide open 3, air ball, Dennis! The dunk! Oh my goodness. Everything's going right. Williams in the mid-range. They're looking for a pass. It's Holmgren. Picked up by Clax. Dennis knocks it away again. Dennis the drive. The layup. How was he not fouled? Oh my god. And now it's a 5-on-4. Oh, you're fucking kidding me, bro. How many times? Dennis, though, has to finish that off. He's got to stop looking for the foul. He had an open look. Easy layup. Dennis has just got to stop looking for the contact. He's just got to take that strongly and score. I was wrong to say that that was a foul because it wasn't. Williams, one-on-one with Claxton. He's going to drive. Knocked away again by Walker. And he could have had a case there for it being Nets basketball, but it's going to be Thunder ball. The intensity's been excellent. The active hands. We saw this in the first half last game as well. We had 8 steals and 4 blocks in the first half, so we're capable of it. It's just how often we see it. Holmgren, we're playing a bit of zone. Wallace for 3. That's short. And the rebound by Claxton knocked to Dennis. He gets it ahead to Walker, who will shoot a 3 over Holmgren, and he misses. No! Nearly got the bounce. Claxton with the offensive board. Thomas with the 3. Yes! Come on! We've got a timeout. We're up 23. What the actual fuck? I'm sorry. I'm absolutely stunned by this start. What the bloody hell is going on? What is going on? I don't know who said it last game, but they said I'm missing the smile on, or they're missing the smile on my face because I haven't had a reason to smile for a while, but bloody hell, what a damn start to the game. Cam Thomas is an absolute flamethrower in this opening quarter. The Thunder have not made a 3 from 10 shots. For context, they scored about 18 threes on our heads last time out on 50% shooting. They're not shooting it well at all. Their bench hasn't scored a point. Their starters, well, Holmgren and Shai are really the only 2 silver linings, but even they have been a part of lineups which have been absolutely cooked. Already 7 turnovers for the Thunder. We were good at forcing turnovers in the previous game. There was a lot to like from the OKC game. A lot of offensive rebounds. We were getting... Well, we forced quite a few turnovers. We just didn't have any bang for our buck in this game. We're seeing what happens when you have your good players playing well. Cam Thomas is shooting hella efficiently. He's an equal team high in the plus-minus. Usually he's a team worst in the plus-minus, but he has started exceptionally well in 8 minutes. He's got 12 points, and we're shooting it absolutely lights out from all areas. The free throws are going down. We're getting a few offensive boards and converting. We've had 6 steals already and a block as well, so we're very much on pace for a quarter. Reminiscent to that of Houston. However, the difference being the defense has actually led to offense. We've already scored, well, we're only 1 shy of what we scored in the entire first half against Houston. And in that game, we had 8 steals and 4 blocks in the first half. So in this game, we're actually seeing a bit of fruit being reaped. We're getting some reward for, our defensive efforts. We're not like half completing the play. I constantly say we always do everything 75% of the way. The 25% is always lacking. In this game, the 25% has actually been fulfilled to this point in the game. I stress this point in the game. There's a long way to go, but at least I can actually smile about this. I'm not saying we've won the game already. I'm just saying that we have been devoid of any confidence. As a fan base, there's been no reason for hope, but this game at least gives me something to be happy about. Micic over Thomas. That 3 is off. The rebound is saved. How did they save that? Another opportunity, but Walker... Oh, wow, that is another turnover for the Thunder. They were able to recycle it as they got the offensive rebound, but they just threw it away with a loopy pass. How was that not a take foul? How many times do we get hit with a take foul? Absolute bullshit, bro. So Nets can get it up to 25. Thomas is open again. Smith, lob. Yes. 25 points up. We have doubled their score. 22 bench points, 2-0. 0. Donuts. Drive by Williams. Knocked away by Dort, or for Dort. Dennis with the active hands again. He's been superb. Even though he's committed 3 personals, he's making that up by getting into the passing lanes, knocking the ball out of the Thunder players' hands. And, oh, wow. How can you allow a dunk from the inbounds like that? That ends a run of sorts for the Nets. 51-28 the score for OKC. Dennis to Thomas. He's checked. Oh, that's a foul. It's a blocking foul on Williams. It's going to be 2 free throws for CT. And he is just... Mate, he's been a man possessed in this game. He couldn't score a bucket for his life, and now he's already gone out and scored 12 with the opportunity to tack on 2 more. And at the 7:45 mark, we have already got 51 points. Thomas at the line makes the first. And I did say pre-game in the last 4 games, we had not exceeded 110 points. We are already nearly halfway to that total, and we're nowhere near halfway into the game. Thomas misses the free throw, and it's going to be Nets ball. We've recycled again another possession. So despite a Cam Thomas missed free throw, which has been far too common in recent memory for my liking, you know, we're getting another look in. Thomas... Open 3 again. It was a good screen by Clax. Another 3. We're up 27. What is going on? Micic, the cross, the drive and spin, the layup. That was a nifty move. Scores over O'Neal. I am in awe, bro. Are we sure this is a team that has lost their last 10 games if we didn't play the Pistons? Walker, the step back 2. It's off. The rebound by Claxton. Is it going to be a... Wait, it's Nets ball again. Another foul of the loose ball variety. This time, Claxton draws it. Dort will pick it up. And the Nets have another chance to get the lead up. However, the offensive foul. So we haven't turned the ball over in this stretch. So that's a bit of a careless one to give away, but it's all seemed to click thus far in this game. Let's hope I didn't speak too soon. Micic, the drive. The layup again is good. And he has been the only guy that scored points for them. Amazingly enough. Off the bench. Lob. Yes! 2 more for Claxton. We keep feeding him. We keep exploiting that disadvantage that the Thunder have gotten for them. Or they've had to deal with. Dort didn't shoot the 3. The driving kick out to Micic. Skip pass to Waters. Joe gets by the closeout. 1 more to Williams. Into the paint. Layup is off. Rebound by Walker. He's going to fling it across to Thomas. He goes down the middle. Dennis the drive along the baseline. The skip pass to O'Neal. Walker will drive. And he'll be a little bit more passive with it. So he sends it to the corner for Dennis, who tries his luck. He misses. Claxton knocks it out to Walker. O'Neal. Oh my God, JV. What a fucking idiot. He called a foul as O'Neal knocks... Sorry, not a foul. A timeout as the 3 was hit. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer, but... Wow. I cannot believe my eyes, dude. 6 minutes to play in the first half. We have already scored 57 points. We're up by 25. Yes, You heard it here first. Or you didn't hear it here first. You can look everywhere you want. But I'm not taking the piss. We're up 25. We're up 20 damn 5. It was not long ago that we lost to this team by about 18. How on earth we have mustered up this performance? It's the Lonnie Walker impact. It's the Lonnie Walker influence. The Lonnie Walker movement, bro. It's actually ridiculous. So, this is the outlook. We have gotten 16 points from Cam Thomas. Now, he had more misses than the amount of points he's gotten in the last 3 games. He has just mustered up an incredible first half for someone who had missed their last 20 field goals. 16 points. He's just gone nuts. We're shooting it lights out. We've been to the free throw line. We haven't really turned it over, so there has really been no point of weakness. I will keep saying it. Before the game, I said, it's not rocket science. You just need all your players to play well. And it's fair to say that basically every player's played well. Heck, even JV's had a pretty good showing as coach because he sat Dayron after 3 minutes because he realized that we're probably going to get cooked if we keep playing Dayron at the 5 with Chet minutes. Clax has been superb. He's got 12 and 6, 3 dimes. He's done basically everything that we've needed him to. And, well, for the Thunder, they have not nearly had the same amount of output. Have not made a 3. The free throw number's down. It's lower than ours, for starters. And their turnovers are well up. I don't know how many turnovers they average, but it's fair to say that if this trend continues, we could very much win by 50. Crazy. I can't believe the Nets are actually showing consistent defense. Wait a minute, though, ladies and gentlemen, because I hate to break it to you, but we've still got 30 minutes of basketball to play. It's no good to stop now. There is still 18 minutes, we've only played 18 minutes, but there is still another 6 on top. And then you've got to ensure that the mentality doesn't waver at halftime. You don't get complacent. You've obviously got to go into the halftime break saying or thinking positively, but at the same time, at the same token, you can't get complacent. Cam Thomas in the corner will drive, walk a tightrope, and he was fouled by Lou Dort, so that is a bailout because I thought he was actually going to step on the sideline. Instead, it is going to be another Nets possession with 14. The clock resets. Lou Dort has that assignment on CT. Dayron's back in, though. He's going to have to guard Chet, so interesting to see what that looks like. How many times are we going to give up those bullshit illegal screens, man? Second time, well, Cam Thomas just knocked down another 3 as that illegal screen was called, so O'Neal's got to stop moving through like that. He does that all the time. He's just got to stop getting ahead of himself. He's got 3 personals. He'll go back to the bench, and I believe it'll be Finney-Smith back in. Bridges, Johnson, Cam Thomas will head off now. Excellent first half by Cam. And now another Cam will check in. Dinwiddie's also back in. I actually forgot he existed. Dort on the outside, picked up by Johnson. Back out to Williams. They're going to feed Chet, who's got Dinwiddie on him. Picks up his dribble. Good cut by Williams. Good verticality by Dayron. Sharp, but an equally good conversion by Jalen Williams. That was a tough shot. So, got to ensure that we're well and truly alert for those cuts. Cam Johnson allowed that far too easily. And that bailed him out because they didn't really look like generating anything prior to that. Sharp, looking for a pass. Dennis, 6, 5, 4. Dennis drives on Giddey, gets him out of the way, and scores for 2. And Giddey was shuffled out of the way. Williams shoots the 3, and that is their first 3-point make of the first half. It's taken 12 tries, but they finally got something to show for all those attempts on the outside. Johnson to Bridges. He'll shoot a 3, and he'll miss, but Dennis with the board. And he's going to roll it back out to Johnson, who will go quickly. Had it knocked away by Giddey. He will push the pace. Dayron try to knock it away. And now Lou Dort to the corner for Williams. Back out to Dort. Shoots over Dayron. That's off. Rebound Bridges. Please get the board, Mikal. Thank you. And now Dinwiddie will wait. Got Williams on him. Screen by Dayron. Dinwiddie. Skip pass. Great find. Johnson open. Yes! What a dime by Spencer. What a great bit of court vision that was. Everything's basically gone right. Williams into the paint. Back out to Dort. Doesn't shoot the three. The driving kick. Holmgren's open. That's going to be hit. No, it's off. And Williams tried to chase up the board, but Dinwiddie was firm with the grip of the basketball. And now Johnson out to Dinwiddie, who tries his luck. That's off. Johnson with the long rebound out to Bridges. Moves through. Back out to Dennis. We feed Dayron under the basket. And there is a foul on Giddey. Great work by the Nets again to recognize that Dayron was under the basket with someone significantly smaller than him. And so it'll be 2 free throws. The Nets up 25. They can get it to a 27-point lead. And this looks nothing like the squad that has played the last 3 weeks. It's like a completely new team. Completely different squad. Free throw is good by Dayron. And even the centers are getting in on the action with all those free throws that they've been making at a very high percentage. That's been another improvement. Everything that has gone wrong, if you look at all the metrics, all the statistical categories, everything that we've been very, very weak in over the course of time, it's been completely flipped the other way. And we've been off the charts in a number of categories. Dayron made the first free throw. The second one lined up, and that is good as well. So even he makes his free throws. Both Claxton and Dayron have combined for 5 of 6 from the line, which really helps. Shai, back in. The spin. That's... Oh my God, Mikal. So Shai with another free throw. He made the basket +1. And so the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. That is so dumb by Mikal. He's not even... Like, it's such a typical foul to concede. One that is incredibly avoidable because Mikal did not need to reach there. Absolutely not. So both centers on the bench now. Dayron is off and Finney Smith is in. Cam Thomas also checks back into the ball game with 16. So I like this move by JV. He's given him a small rest and now he's brought him back on to close the half. So Dinwiddie, Finney Smith, Bridges, Johnson, and Cam Thomas the 5. So Dennis back to the bench as well. Dinwiddie looking, gets it to Bridges. 3:10 left in the opening half. Bridges, fadeaway mid-range. He didn't even hit the damn rim, bro. Shai the drive. Picks up his dribble, flings it out to Wallace. Picked up his dribble and then had it knocked away by Cam Thomas. So with 13 to shoot, they'll reset again. But that was a little bit of a disjointed sequence. And Giddey is a good sideline out-of-bounds specialist. So we've got to look for, well, monitor that. They get it to Williams. The drive misses the layup and the rebound by Bridges. And he waits for the C's to part and then flings it ahead to Finney Smith. Out to Dinwiddie. Johnson. We're out-rebounding them by 11. Thomas, the drive. Tries to shift Holmgren. And then he... Oh, shit. Cam, I swear to God. What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? Why did the siren sound? There was a horn that sounded mid-play. Cam Thomas is walking up the court and they're going to call a timeout. Cam Thomas looks very, very ginger. He just tweaked it as he fell over on a dribble drive. Let's have a look. Oh my God, he fucking stood on someone's foot again. Every fucking time. Cam Thomas has had a fucking nightmarish run of form. Scores 16 on great efficiency. Then gets fucked over because he stands on Holmgren's ankle. Seriously. Every time. So, I imagine they're going to make that sub. The one time JV actually makes a good substitution and brings him back into the ballgame. We gave up a 3-pointer because we were essentially a 5-on-4, and also the horn sounded while they were bringing the ball up. So everyone basically stopped. And there was a wide open 3 for the Thunder in the corner. So right now, things are going right. But Cam Thomas he's had that ankle tweak again. He's had that ankle tweak. So fingers crossed, he's all good. Box score check at the moment. The Thunder have only made a couple of threes. Only been at the line a little bit. The turnovers well and truly up. They're shooting well from the field, but it looks like Cam Thomas is okay. Can report he is still on the bench. So usually if it was a very substantial injury, he would not go down to, he would go down to the locker room, but he is not in the locker room. So he should be okay. We're playing the small ball 5 with Finney Smith, that guy. Dennis back out to Dinwiddie. Dennis back in for Thomas. Dinwiddie 1-on-1. Can he please drive it? Thank you. Drive it. Hits a fucking step back 3. I'm not approving that. Seriously, that is fucking trash shot selection. The Dinwiddie hits. That is a Dinwiddie special right there. Holmgren is going to drive on Dinwiddie. Well held. Giddey on the outside lets it fly. And that is off. And Dennis with the rebound. And the Nets up 24. Dinwiddie takes it downhill. Gets into the paint. The wraparound to Johnson right in the corner. Tries to remove the defender. The cut down the middle by Bridges. It wasn't ideal, but Bridges ends up with it somehow. Johnson top of the key. Yes! 70 points for the Nets. We had no business getting a shot off there. Should have turned it over. 17 second chance points to 0. So the bench points are heavily lopsided. The second chance points are heavily lopsided. The fast break points, I believe, are heavily lopsided. Everything that has gone wrong is going right. We have scored another 31 points in this quarter. Giddey at the free throw line to shoot 2. They have had a few more free throws in this third quarter. Second quarter, getting a little bit ahead of myself here. Granted, I'm used to saying we've scored 70 points in 3 quarters because that's how things have usually gone in the last stretch of games. So to have 70 in a half is just unbelievable. We lead by 25. Dinwiddie to Johnson. Thought about the 3. Behind the back to Finney Smith. To the corner for Mikal. He's going to get into the paint. He shoots the step back 2 over Chet and he scores. And it's now a 27-point lead. This is absolutely staggering. The Thunder have no injuries. And basically we're playing the same team that we had played. That we lost by 18 to. Holmgren, the good spin and the score. We nearly picked up another steal there. Instead, 2 points for Holmgren. But the Nets will play through Dinwiddie here. The pass to Johnson. Pump fake and 3. Yes, he's a sniper. He's stuck on automatic. Another one. 75 first half points, ladies and gents. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Gilgeous Alexander is off on the 2. We get another board. We can lead by 30. Going into halftime. And this warrants a standing ovation. Nonetheless, irrespective of if we score or not. Dennis drives down the middle. Kick out. Finney Smith. Dinwiddie drive. One more. He's just thrown it out of bounds. Fucking idiot. We had an open 3 so many times there. Should have just pulled the trigger. This is an unbelievable first half. That's not going to count. You have to give him a round of applause. The job's not done. The job is not done, but that is single-handedly the best half of basketball I've seen this season. I think it's safe to say, 75-47 at halftime. That is absolutely ridiculous. We have scored 36 second quarter points. We held them yet again to 26. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's the largest halftime lead we've had this season. That is a ridiculous first half. 28 points up. We have not scored 110 points in 4 consecutive games, and you mean to tell me we've scored 75.5? A team who's lost their last 10 games if you ignore the Pistons wins. Crazy stuff, dude. We'll have a look at the chat, but first we'll look at the box score, and you can see the Thunder have made 2 3-pointers. Couldn't be any further from, well, where the numbers were at in the first meeting. They've had 8 turnovers. They've only been to the line 9 times. It's crazy. And barring a major collapse, I think we've got to win. But I just hope I didn't jinx it just then. Wow. And would you look at that? The minute that everyone plays well, you fucking lead by 28. Everything has gone right. Literally everything. Let me just update the scores, or the player spotlight. But I'm just in awe by this because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 7 players who have scored 6 or more points already. We've got 3 players in double figures. We've already got 4 players who have hit 2 or more threes, which is a huge plus. Flax is 12 and 6. He's got 12 and 6. Dennis is 8, 7, and 4 in 14 minutes. Triple-double watch, because I reckon, granted, if the game gets out to this, well, it gets out to a further margin, or it remains at this margin, I can foresee Dennis getting a fair few minutes as we play the majority of the bench. But bro, it's not, and like Mikal isn't even playing that well. Just everyone has chipped in. And you look at the rebounding edge, we're double-digit advantage there. We've had 6 turnovers, so I would like that to go down. But 8 offensive rebounds. We've had 15 free throws, so we're outdoing them there. We've had 10 threes made on nearly 50% shooting. We're shooting over 50% overall. What does one even say? Dennis is a plus 27 in 14 minutes. Are you aware of how ridiculous that is? He's also got 2 steals. He's got 3 personal fouls. But as far as I'm concerned, leading the team in rebounding, leading the team in facilitation. He's been a part of the team that's really gotten it done. And when you look at the Thunder bench, bro, like the Thunder have only gotten 7 bench points. Hence why you've got a number of players who are heavily in the negative. And they've barely played. Casem Wallace, 11 minutes, negative 21. Isaiah Joe, 7 minutes, negative 16. Shai's been on the court for 18 minutes, and he's a negative 21. Nearly all the starters are in the negative, and you've nearly got every single starter in foul trouble as well. Not really, because 2 personals in a half isn't too bad, but Giddey really hasn't had an influence. He killed us last time we played him. He hit 4 threes. They've only had 2 3-pointers made. And one of those was because a horn sounded in the middle of the possession for some bullshit reasons. Everyone lost the focus. But like Jalen Williams has taken 4 shots. He killed us in the last game. Dort's only got 4. No one's got more than 12. It's just been a great all-round team performance. And if I look at the team comparison, this really tells the story. Field goal percentage, our way. 3-point percentage, our way. Free throw percentage, that's a key stat because we've missed 10 or more free throws in a lot of games in recent memory. So the fact that we've hit 13 of our 15 is a really good sign, especially when 6 of those free throws have come from your centers and you've made 5 of them. You know, that's something that they haven't been clinical enough with. But I think that really sums up the performance at the moment today. Clinical, because as I've said, we always do everything 75% of the time. You know, sometimes we'll get the steal, but then we won't capitalize or punish. we'll get a fast break opportunity, but we'll blow a layup. It feels like we're turning dust into gold in a lot of ways today. Turnovers are in our favor. Steals are in our favor. We've recovered. Like, there's been some instances where it looks like we're going to turn it over. It looks like we're going to, well, end up having to defend another possession. But then out of nowhere, we're able to somehow claw our way back into possession of the basketball. And it just really is putting us in good stead. The assist numbers in our way. The rebounds, they're getting smashed. Offensive rebounds in our favor. 3-pointers in our favor, field goals in our favor. Everything is in our favor as it stands. Let's have a look at the chat and see what you lot are saying. Cam's defense was phenomenal tonight. You're acting like it's past tense. We've still got a half to play. As we know, the last game we played, we had a good first half defensively, 49 points. We conceded to Houston, then conceded 63 in the second half. So, look, we'd have to have a disastrous second half in order to end up losing this game. We not only need to score less than 50 points, but if we score less than 50, they're going to need to score at least 75. So it's going to take something really special for the Thunder to get this one done. But just a really good first half by the lads. I do want to see what happened last time out. Hopefully Cam is not injured. Good thing is he didn't go down the race when he was taken off as a precautionary measure. If he went down the race, that would have been a reason for concern, but it was just a little tweak. It wasn't as severe an ankle turn as the previous injury that he had. For context, this Thunder team have won 8 of their last 10. We have lost 11 of our last 13. So to see a 28-point lead is just unbelievable, dude. When we played the Thunder last time out, we gave away 59 points in the first half to 56. Second half, we shipped off 65 and only managed 52 points. So in that game, we'd actually forced a lot of turnovers, and we had also out-rebounded them by 1. We'd had 12 more offensive rebounds than them, and we also had 10 more free throws, but the problem was we missed 11 free throws that day. We also had 17 more shots that day. We jacked up 46 threes, but the problem was we shot it hella inefficiently. And to make matters worse, the Thunder, they nearly hit the same amount of free throws on 11 less, and they also hit 7 more field goals, even though they had 17 less shots. They also hit 54% of their three-pointers. So to see them shooting 2 of 15 today, I don't know if that's luck, us playing the percentages and getting it right, taking the gamble, or us just being good defensively. I don't know what it actually is down to. But yeah, like in that game, Giddey had 20, Jalen Williams had 17, Holmgren had 18, he hit 3 threes. Every starter had hit a 3. In total, we had 8. The starters for the Thunder had hit 13 3-pointers. To see their whole roster only scored 2 in this game, to this point, is crazy. Lou Dort hit 4 threes, he had 18, so it's fair to say that they aren't getting nearly the output that they would have wished for. In that game, no one had more than 7 makes from the field, but no one had no more than 8, no less than 7. So they were doing a very good job of distributing. There's a lot of threes they've passed up, and I did say pre-game, I don't like JV's philosophy because of them playing good defensively, because, you know, you've got to... It's it's all good and well to, you know, play the percentages and allow the shots that you are happy to give away. But if you allow those shots and you make them wide open, it's going to be far too easy for these guys to get their confidence up. Psychologically, they're going to be very comfortable. And they're going to be like, well, this is shooting practice. So let me pretend I'm in a practice gym. I'm doing shoot around. There's no pressure on me. If you actually sort of instill the mindset in them that they're not going to get those shots as easily, then all of a sudden they're going to feel like they need to be run off the line. And it's felt like many times today they've had an open three, but they've passed it up because the mindset, the mentality is sort of shifted as they have been the team that's been on the back foot, whereas we have been actually pushing the tempo or dictating the pace of the game. Is OKC throwing the game? They just can't hit a shot. They just cannot buy a shot or buy a bucket. We play so much better at home. I don't think it's that at all. I don't think it's whether we're playing at home or not. Granted, the home crowd definitely deserved a performance like this after we've been lacking any real edge in this last 2 or 3 weeks. So we needed to see a performance like this for the fan base to get somewhat excited, you know. I think what's happened is that JV apologized for his crap coaching and the players have accepted it and are responding accordingly. I mean, I don't know what I can put it down to be honest. I think there's a lot of stuff that it's a very simple game, basketball. I've said multiple times this stream, it's not rocket science. There were a lot of open shots last game, and a lot of shots were not going down. And it's all about completing the play. For once, this team is completing the play. The fast break points are working. I actually need to check these stats right now. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Blazers in a couple of days' time before there is a nice, healthy break before the Paris game. Let me have a look. I want to see fast break points, second chance points, all of the above. So, man, the Nets have gone on 3 big runs. A 27-7 run in the first, a 16-3 run in the second, and then another 11-4 run in the second. Points off turnovers, we're winning that battle 11-7. Killing them in second chance points 17-0. And then fast break points 11-4. So pretty good shit there. And also the bench points, bro. The bench points are through the roof, man. Bench points. OKC have only got 7. The Nets have gotten, God, this is going to take a bit. 8, 24, 30. I believe 30 bench points. Lonnie's only played 5 minutes, so it can't be the Lonnie Walker impact, can it? Alrighty. His rotation was good. Well, it helps when the players are performing and they sort of actually can... They give your rotation some merit. Like, it's all good and well if JV plays these players and they actually perform. The problem was he was playing players and giving players too much burn that were playing shit. And ultimately, it looked awful on him because we weren't getting the output from the players that were getting all this time. And so it was really, really killing us. But yeah, it's fair to say that everyone has held up their end of the bargain, and thus it looks better on JV's part because the players are actually performing in their minutes. You know? Dennis has had a superb first half as well. Have to mention. Shit, we're back. for the second half, and I was a little bit late to it. Shai, the drive. Kick out for Lou Dort. The open three is off, the rebound by Mikal. So I think we need to, if we can get this out to like 35 by the midway point of the third quarter, put the game to bed, I'll be happy. Don't put any pressure on yourselves to get the job done in the last quarter. We score the first bucket of the second half. It's Mikal Bridges who gets us on the board early. Shai, how many fucking times? That is a bullshit foul. I could even do that. I could fucking shove someone out the way and then get called for the foul. So, 30-point leaders. I don't even think when we smashed Orlando twice that we were up by this much. Shai can't even make his free throws. He's missed a couple today. And I feel like that's very uncharacteristic for him because he gets a very high volume. A very, very high volume and usually doesn't miss too many. The Thunder have the fourth best record in the NBA and we are winning by 29 points. A team who has gone on a huge slide. Bridges, open three, foul. No, I was looking at the referee to watch what he said. There wasn't a foul there. Giddey. Oh my God, that is not a foul. That is a joke of a call. How many, already 2 personal fouls in the opening minute of this third quarter. What a fucking joke of a call. He's just run into him twice. I don't really know what he's supposed to do there. It's Giddey at the free throw line for a couple. And he misses as well. So, lead 29, it remains, and, excuse me. Long way to go. Long way to go. Giddey makes 1 of 2, like Shai did on the previous trip to the line. Claxton to Dinwiddie. The high screen. Claxton gets into the paint. Oh! Circus shot. I didn't know he was capable of the reverse layup. Usually he's nowhere near that spicy on the interior, but that's a great take. Ushered the ball in, and it's going to be 1 more free throw for Clax, and he's 3 of 4 tonight, so can he make another free throw and put them to the sword a little bit more? Did we even have 80 points in the third quarter against OKC last time out? I don't think we did. Clax makes another free throw. I don't know what I'm seeing here. Claxton making free throws, us making threes, the opposition not making threes. Holmgren knocked away by Finney-Smith, another steal. Dinwiddie, Bridges, rhythm 3, that's off. Fair to say that's been one of the things that hasn't changed. Mikal not being able to make shots. Giddey, high screen, drive and spin, kick out to Holmgren, cross, picks up his dribble, no room to move. Claxton now picks up Shai on the outside, the drive. Oh my God, Mikal, how many times are you going to reach in? There's no reason to do that. 3 personals in the first minute and a half. It's just not necessary, Mikal. I like how you're trying to be active. And obviously, if it comes off, then, you know, it's going to look good. But I don't think that's playing the percentages. 4 personals for Mikal already. He's picked up 2 in 2 minutes. It just wasn't necessary. I think Clax had him covered. Shai's second free throw is good. And he cuts it down to 29. Dinwiddie will bring it up. This is such a stark contrast to the last couple of games, man, because I've been a serial complainer on the streams. Bridges the drive, the kick out to Finney-Smith. 1 more to Johnson. It was knocked away, but Finney-Smith got it. Dinwiddie chucks 1 up. Oh my God. Even he's hitting threes from 10 feet behind the line. Even Spencer Dinwiddie's looking good. Shai, the switch. Step back 2. No, it wasn't on. Good defense, Clax. Giddey will take Bridges downhill. Shoots and misses. Holmgren with the putback 2. Doe shouldn't be jumping for the rebound. He should just be muscling Holmgren out of the way. Bridges on the outside. Drive, bounce pass, Claxton in the corner. He probably would have tried a 3, I reckon. Dinwiddie takes it to Giddey, shoots off the window, and gets the bounce. It's back up to 32, so... Williams, the drive, lost the ball, out of bounds, Nets ball. I cannot believe what I'm seeing today. How are we up by 32? I can't even recall any games where we've been up by this much since maybe the very dominant portion of the KD Kyrie era. Like when we flogged Golden State, a shit Golden State, Finney-Smith misses a 3. When we flogged the Bucks, that's how dominant we were. Williams for 3, that's short, the rebound by Finney-Smith, and our Dinwiddie. Bounce pass to Bridges. Good cut by Clax. Picks up his dribble. Open 3s above the break. Instead, we send it to the corner. Why would you pass to Mikal? You had 2 players wide open above the break, and you've gone to Mikal in the corner. Shai, extra pass. Holmgren, stuck under the basket. Out to Dort for 3, and that 3 is good. And finally, they see one through, and it's down to 29. Dinwiddie, screen set. Holmgren guarding. Drive it. He does. Layup. Oh, that's a nice little high arcing shot off the window to get it up to 31. We just keep on scoring, man. Williams into the mid-range. The Shai switch. Shai drives on Finney-Smith. Knocked away again. Claxton behind the back, and he just forgot how to dribble a basketball, and it's going to be Thunder ball. Clax thought he was a point guard. And unfortunately, look, I like what he was doing there, pushing the pace, but he's trying moves that I think that one moment where he took at the length of the floor against OKC earlier in the week, I think that moment's living rent-free. Dinwiddie is hit with another personal at the 7:37 mark of the third. They wouldn't be too far away from being in the bonus, I can imagine. So 7:37 to play, down 31. Oh, what a pass to Shai, but he's fumbled it. It was an absolutely centimetre perfect dime, but Shai, I think, was making the run, but he somehow wasn't ready for the pass. So it's going to be Nets ball again. The Thunder very prone to turning the ball over in this one. So Dinwiddie, high screen Clax. Clax to Bridges. Had it knocked away. What the fuck? What are you doing, Mikal? They missed the layup, but bro, Mikal is actually throwing. I actually wouldn't be opposed to him fouling out. Dinwiddie, past the Johnson. Oh, come on, bro. Bro, Spencer, apparently it was deemed an illegal screen, but as far as I'm concerned, he's running in that direction. That is the softest fucking foul I've ever seen. Bro, what a sell. Seriously, that is embarrassing. Shai steps back for 2 and gets the bounce, and it's down to 29. It's really just hovered at this margin for a long period of time. Thunder really not able to eat into this margin. Dinwiddie again off the window for 2. He's attacking, and that's when he's at his best. When he's going to hold the basketball for long periods of time, he's got to drive it. Shai the step back 3. That's long. The rebound by Bridges. He'll get by half court. Bounce pass to Finney-Smith. Johnson thought about the 3. He's trying to take on Lou Dort, but he does well laterally, and so we have to find another way through. Dinwiddie, Finney-Smith, open 3. That's short. It was online, but not enough lift. Giddey, pass, good skip pass. Shai is open on the weak side, and he hits Too good to miss those. Down to 28, the 6-minute mark of the third quarter. Dinwiddie to Bridges. Got to ensure that we don't get into a rut. Johnson steps back for a deep 2. Why would you shoot that? Claxton with a putback dunk. Lou Dort had no chance of boxing him out. And another make for the Nets. And every single time the Thunder make a bucket, we ensure that that lead does not diminish any further. You know, because once you start giving buckets away and let them go on a run, they have that belief. Once it goes down from, like a simple 8-0 run can send it from 30 to 22. And 22 looks like a much better margin to come back from than 30. As stupid as that sounds. Or not as stupid as that sounds, as common sense as that sounds. We lead by 30. I'm still in awe as to how we lead by 30, but we are. If we look at the box score, you can't really see it because I've been a little bit of unacceptable with how on the ball I am. Here we go. Here's the outlook, and look at this, man. When was the last time we could say that Clax had scored 17, Dinwiddie had scored 19 on this efficiency, Cam Thomas had scored 16 on this efficiency? You know, everyone's playing well except maybe Mikal. Mikal does not get a pass because he's fouling like an idiot, even though he's nearly a team high on the plus-minus. We're shooting the ball well from the field. The three-point percentage gone down a little bit, but the free throws are pretty good. Haven't had as many in that quarter, but you know, the Thunder have taken a few. They're nearly actually equal with us on free throws, but they're not very clinical. And the turnovers, the Thunder have already had 11 turnovers. Best believe they're not getting back into the game if they keep turning the ball over. Shai's got 20. He's been pretty good for them. But there just has absolutely been a whole lot of nothing outside of really Shai. So yeah, that is the situation as it currently stands. And it's a very comfortable situation to be in at the moment. Who would have thought? If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe. If you are new, we'll be back here for Nets versus Portland, an early start, and thus it's going to mean you're probably going to see a tired version of me because it'll be 7 a.m. over here when the game starts, or when the stream starts. So I'm a bit of a crazy man for actually bothering with doing the stream, but I want to do it because there's going to be a period of time where we have like a game in a week, and then I'm not going to be able to do streams for a week. So we've got to capitalize on as many games as we can while I can actually watch. So it's a shame that we're playing the Paris game now, or when we are, because it's a little bit like it's probably a week too early, because I'm going to miss like 4 games, and then like the week I am available, I won't be able to witness half of them. Or well, the week I am available, there's no games to watch. So, oh well, it's a bit of a shame, but we will be doing plenty more net streams. I'll have you know that for sure. We'll be doing as many games as we can. Every game I can get to my computer screen for, I will be doing. That's a foul. That is such a dumb foul by Shai. 3 seconds to shoot it. And there was a lock-up in the corner. Cam Johnson is the man who was able to draw the foul, and OKC are going to be the guilty party. So with 5:11 to play in this third quarter, the Nets up by 28. Cason Wallace is back in. Williams is in. Isaiah Joe is in, so they're looking for a bit of spark off the bench. The Nets look for a lob, and that was just Clax trying to do it all in one motion. He had to simplify that. Dort out to Shai. Pass to Williams under the basket. The kick out to Cason Wallace, and the 3 is good, and he cuts it to 25. So Wallace has got a good-looking jump shot, and I've seen him in a few trade machines, and I see why. Dinwiddie. Johnson's open for 3. He's going to let it fly, and he's short. Doe nearly sweeps up the rebound. It's Shai who will push forward. Shai the drive. That is a joke of a whistle again. Every time he just flings his arms forward. There is nothing you can do as a defender. How the fuck are you supposed to play defense when that rubbish is being called? We've just got to ensure that I don't feel comfortable with a lead under 20 as much as... Like, we've kept things stable for the best part of 2 quarters. We've just got to ensure that we don't start missing shots and fall into our old patterns. So second free throw for Shai. That's short. Rebound secured by Claxton. Dennis is in the game for defensive reasoning. Oh, what a play. Claxton with a give and go. And Kaysen Wallace couldn't keep up. So Clax has just been a dominant force today. When Clax is playing like this, he's playing like a player who, you know, that's like the money. Like, that is a contract worth paying the way Clax is playing today. Wait. OKC got 3 points. Okay, no, they got 3 points added. I don't know why they didn't add it. Bridges fucking turns it over. Seriously, Mikal has been trash. JV needs to call a timeout. Get Mikal off. Seriously, he's actually been trash. Even in a game where, like, this should be relieving for you. The Thunder are on an 11-2 run. Dennis into the paint. Lost the ball, got it back. Kick out to Finney-Smith. That was a bit of a shit pass, but Finney-Smith knocks it down and reassures us a little bit that we're not going to choke this lead. It's up to 24. Cam Thomas is getting ready to check in, which is an excellent sign for Nets fans because of obviously that ankle tweak he had in the second. It has not put him on the side. Shai the drive and the mid-range. That is a tough make, and it cuts the lead to 22. Bridges to Dennis. Shai has got 13 in the quarter. He had 12 in the whole first half. Bridges. Dennis is open for 3. He will try his luck. And he hits as well. 99 points for the Nets. We've scored, well, only 24 in this quarter. It's actually fallen off a little bit. Shai. Oh my god, dude. Every time. These fouls are absolute rubbish, bro. These fouls are so rubbish. Every single time it gets called. Every time. Cam Thomas got fucking hacked in the second quarter, and they didn't call shit. They had paper over their eyes. Bloody hell. Okay. Is my screen glitching? What is the score? No, your screen is not glitching. We're up 25. You're not living in an alternate reality. This is actually real life. And I don't really know how it is happening, to be quite honest with you. I mean, everything's really gone right today. I'm just gonna leave that box score there, and it'll do the talking for you. I don't really need to say anything, do I? Dennis is on track to get a triple-double off the bench. He's got 11 points, 6 boards, and 6 assists. I love when you will probably look back on the names that have gotten triple-doubles in recent history. You'll see Kevin Durant there. I don't know if Kyrie ever got one. James Harden. Ben Simmons. And then Dennis Smith Jr. Like the most fucking random-ass name to get a triple-double. He's 1 rebound and 4 assists away, so he's been superb, though. 4 offensive rebounds. He's got the... Well, that's a team high. You know, when he was a part of those teams that were winning games, he was pushing these sorts of numbers. So it's really good to see him on the board. Lonnie Walker's only logged the 5 minutes, so I don't expect him to play more than 10 to 15. He may play the garbage time minutes should it get there.
as it sits, though, we're sitting pretty comfortably. The only problem is the free throws. At halftime, they had only 9 free throws. They've got 17 now, and it's been largely off the back of Shai foul baiting and the referees buying it. So that's the only thing that's really keeping them in this game going into the fourth. So they're really going to have to knuckle down. I'm going to be interested to see how far this actually goes. Like, how long will the Thunder play before they call it a day? If, of course, it remains at this margin. If it gets under 20, then I don't think the Thunder will be fully removed from the game. And I mean, you look at it this way, right? The Nuggets-Warriors game yesterday, Nuggets looked out of it. But it was within that like 15 to 20 point margin that the Nuggets thought that they could always get back into the game. And ultimately, they went on that run to get them in the game, and they won the game. So we've got to ensure that it doesn't get within that danger zone of 15 to 20 points. Shai just missed both free throws. I'm not sure what I'm seeing today. This is absolutely ridiculous. Shai missing free throws. I swear they've gotten the jitters that we usually have. Dennis to the corner for Johnson. He'll drive, get one up, wasn't fouled, and a rebound by Isaiah Joe. 2 minutes to play in this third quarter. The Nets up 25. Shai gets into the mid-range. He's got Johnson on him. He will drive. Good defense by CJ. He's going to back him down. The kick out to, I don't know who that is. The kick out to Joe. The shot in the mid-range. That rattles out. And Dennis has a double-double. He gets it to Johnson. And you can, well, I thought we were going to add another assist to that total. Instead, Johnson was fouled on the pass as he flung it out to the corner for Royce O'Neal. So it's going to be Nets on the side. That'll be, it's not quite the first foul in the last 2 minutes because it's at 2 minutes and 1 second. Unfortunately, there aren't any exceptions, but it will be Nets ball on the side. Cam Thomas, Dennis, O'Neal, Dayron, and Johnson, the lone starter playing with this group. Dayron muscles his way to the basket, missed it, got his own miss, then got another rebound, but the foul was called prior, and it will be 2 free throws. So they just cannot contain him, and they're playing a small ball lineup, and it's just, it's fair to say it's not going too well with Chet off the floor. So they may need to bring Chet back in because that's where the size, or that's where they're able to exploit the, like, Dayron's going to be bigger and stronger on the offensive side, but in the switchability on the defensive end, things are a little bit more ropes. So you would expect to see Chet come back into the game, but we're not. The Nets have already scored 100 points, and Dayron makes 2 free throws. How is Claxton Dayron shooting it at a higher percentage from the free throw line than Shai? I just can't wrap my head around what's going on today. Cason Wallace, they're looking for the wraparound. They get it to Joe in the mid-range, but he would have wanted it on the perimeter. Cason Wallace, the switch. Dinwiddie is back in the game for some stupid reason. The rebound is snaffled by Shai. He lost the ball, and Dennis gets their hands dirty. That is a joke of a foul. They've called another fucking foul. They're just absolutely pulling fouls out their ass. There is no call in that. Nothing. That's just a sympathy foul. That's just in the spirit of the game. How is this a foul? No way, dude. Just rewarding them for bullshit, bro. Oh, it's just a joke. Shai makes the first free throw. Cuts it to 26. Chet is back into the game. Aaron Wiggins is off. He was on for a brief stint. Shai's second free throw is good. So 25 the margin. 1.5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Dayron Sharp, the handoff to Thomas, who was not scored in this third quarter. Granted, he hasn't played too many minutes. Dayron Back to O'Neal. Knocked away. Wallace gets the hands dirty. And it is out off the nets. Typical Royce O'Neal possession, right? Few turnovers have seeped in this third quarter, which I'm not a fan of. So a minute to play. Shai is doubled. Pass to Wallace. They had an open man on the weak side. It's Holmgren for three. It's well short. O'Neal gets the long rebound. It was a good rotation by Cam Thomas to contest the shot. Thomas didn't shoot the three, got in the paint. The kick out to O'Neal. He can take it in himself. But guess what? He had it knocked away again. Royce, what are you doing? Keeping him alive with these extra looks we're giving him. Isaiah Joe knocks one down. Down to 22. So dumb. Royce, the last couple possessions, has just been trash. Dinwiddie short on a three. That's a terrible end to the quarter right there. 3 possessions where, well, 2 of them, you don't even get a look. And the third one is a Dinwiddie 3. So we should have been up by about 25, 26. Instead, they can get it under 20. Shai, drive, kick. Wallace is open. And he hits the side of the backboard. And the rebound by Dennis. And that'll do it for the third quarter. And we're up 22. That was by far our weakest shooting quarter. We only scored 26 in the third. But the good thing was that the Thunder did not really make a huge inroads. They scored 32 points. So their best offensive quarter. But it's fair to say that if we even just repeat those efforts in the final quarter, we should be okay. We've scored 101 points already in 3 quarters, which I think speaks volumes about the way we've played today and how the defense has led to offense. The Thunder have hit now 7 threes, so they had a good shooting quarter in the third from the outside. They hit 5 threes, and they also got to the free throw line 12 times. Weren't very clinical in there. Shai was... He's 10 of 15 today. And that is nowhere near the mark he should be setting for himself. The bench really hasn't done too much aside from maybe Case and Wallace. The Nets have gotten... Well, no Nets scored more than 20, but we've got 5 plays in double figures. Dennis already has a double-double. He is 4 dimes away from getting a triple-double. So if we play with the offensive punch we had in the the first half, it's fair to say that he'll probably get very, very close to that mark. So, job isn't done, but it is very safe to say that we have the upper hand, shooting the ball exceptionally. The free throws is something that I can really respect. We've had 10 free throws from Clax and Dayron. Usually when they are the ones that are getting a bulk of the free throws, they send our free throw percentage well down. But those two between them have only missed 1 free throw from 10 attempts, which is a huge, huge return. And amazingly enough, Cam Thomas has missed the same amount and he's taken 8 less. So even though we've had a higher volume from our centers shooting free throws, it's been highly successful. Please don't take the foot off the gas now. Please don't take the foot off the gas. I beg. I beg. So, we've got 1 quarter to play. Just get the job done, and that is it. We've played 3 good quarters of basketball. Just get the job done. Don't turn the ball over, and it's as simple as that. Dennis, Mikal is back in to start the last after a brief rest. Cam Thomas, Claxton, O'Neal, the other men making out the 5. Dennis on the outside, the screen, the wraparound to O'Neal, the catch and shoot 3 is good. And that's an excellent start because you miss that one and you allow OKC to cut it to under 20. The confidence starts to kick in because of that good run they had at the end of the quarter. Williams, that's Jalen, out to Wiggins, who will drive on Bridges. Good cut by Wallace, and he scored with the right hand over Cam Thomas. So Like, those ones are really avoidable. Cam's just got to remain in front of the cutter. Be a little bit more alert. Dennis to Cam Thomas. Screen by Lax. Dennis tries a three. Doesn't get the bounce. Rebound Williams. Drive on Bridges. Kick out to Holmgren. Good rotation across. Micic doesn't shoot the three. And now the pass to Holmgren on the edge of the paint. He's going to take on O'Neal. It's good defense. He doesn't move him. And he scores over the top. So as much as Royce has the physicality and the good center of gravity, Holmgren does have an excessive amount of height over him. Bridges. Screen by Dennis. And now Claxton also sets another screen. What is Mikal doing? Seriously, Mikal. He's actually fucking this up. Oh my god. Mikal has actually been so rubbish in the second half. He has been, like, the only player that has been, like, I can safely say, has not put in a shift for the minutes he's gotten. It is 100%. Oh my god. Oh my god, please. Another turnover. Wiggins thought about the three. He drives on Thomas and gets the space, and it's down to 17, and JV has to call a foul. So Mikal has been the only player that has not... We haven't gotten the return for the minutes he's gotten. On that sequence just then, we probably should have had an offensive rebound basket, or converted to a basket, but somehow, like, for some reason, when two nets fight for the offensive rebound, they actually get in each other's way. And on that sequence, that was the case. Claxton had it knocked out of his hands because O'Neal's attracting numbers in there. He was also trying to get it. So, 17-point game. This is the margin that I do not like. This lead is clearly the universe rewarding me for not buying an unnecessary sausage on the way out of Bunnings today. Don't really know how that's relevant, but I mean, you did save a couple vital minutes to watch a decent performance at this point. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back in a couple of days for Nets versus Portland. That one is going to be an earlier start, so make sure to tune in for that one. We'll be there from minute 1, hopefully. The last 2 times I've done 7 a.m. games, my stream has either been slow to wake up or, my computer's been slow to wake up, or I've actually slept through my alarm. So we're going to have to bank on one of those two things not happening for a smooth sailing start. But please just don't choke this lead, I beg. You'd have to be an incredibly different breed to lose a 31-point lead in just a little over 2 quarters. The Thunder have gone on a couple of runs, though, to cut it down. Mikal has been throwing, though. He's actually been so shit. So shit beyond belief. Like, he just has not looked after the basketball. He's thrown it away. He's put up some bad shots. He hasn't made his shots. Hasn't taken enough layups for my liking. He keeps shooting those fucking garbage mid-range pull-ups that just don't go down. At least they're garbage at the moment. They're good shots when it's actually falling, but when you need to find your groove and you need to look for best shot available, those mid-ranges ain't it, Chief. So, 17-point game. I beg we don't choke this. Johnson back in. Dinwiddie back in. So, Dennis off. And who's the other bloke? O'Neal. Dinwiddie into the paint. That's a foul. And Spencer will go to the free throw line to tack on a couple points and get this lead back up to something a little bit more manageable. The 9:35 mark, the Nets up 17. They led by as much as 31, but a couple of Thunder runs at the back end of the third. and the start of the fourth have left this game with a little bit of uncertainty. So the second free throw is good. 106-87. The lead is 19. Get a stop here. Get it back above 20. And then I'll be content. Micic. Pass to Williams. Change of direction. Bounced it off his foot. And Cam Thomas rakes in the steal. And Spencer Dinwiddie will slow things up. That's what we need to do. Get this tempo just a little bit down. Thomas. Claxton, back to Thomas. The drive, blocked from behind by Williams. And now in transition, Wiggins for three. That's off. And the rebound by Clax. And he was fouled. And Clax has been superb on the boards today. Energy has been lively. Sometimes he looks a little bit disinterested. But today, he has been nothing short of involved. And that's the kind of Clax we need to see if we want to pay him money and if we want to win games of basketball. So Johnson will bring it forward. He'll drive, has Micic on the back shoulder. He picks up his dribble, out to Bridges, who fumbled the basketball. He's got Wiggins on him, 7 to shoot. He drives on Wiggins, gets into the paint. Mikal needs to actually put that shot up because he had an open layup. And he's flinging it out to the corner. He's not even thinking about getting the shot up. So 3.3 to shoot, and we've got to work something out from the left corner right in front of the OKC bench. Inbounded by Spencer Dinwiddie. 3 to shoot. Get it in. Bridges. Foul. And it's going to be 2 shots. And with 1.6 to shoot, that was very undisciplined by OKC, but it'll be 2 shots for Mikal. The 8:34 mark. So we could do with a few points at the free throw line, if I'm going to be honest. Who would you have as your starters at the moment? Once Cam Thomas finds his groove, I would start Cam. But I do think Spencer Dinwiddie has had a lot, Mikal just cannot make shots anywhere. Spencer Dinwiddie has played a game today, which some of his shot selection has been odd, but I do like how he has made a bit more of a habit of taking it to the cup and a bit more facilitation, no overuse. He hasn't really turned it over, so I think that's a good Dinwiddie performance by definition. Bridges splits the pair. So 8.5 to play, up 20. Wallace picked up by CT on the outside. Holmgren. The handoff to Williams. The drive and kick to Joe. Well defended by Mikal. Williams tries his luck. And he hits on the outside. And it's down to 17. They're just chipping away. The threes have started to fall in this second half. Bridges is going to let it roll a little bit. Gets it to Dinwiddie. Brooklyn, 1 of 6 in the quarter from the field. The Thunder, 5 of 6. Thomas for 3. That's off. Bridges can't get the board. Williams will bring it forward. Don't like this at all. Williams the switch. The drive. Gets by Claxton. And it's a foul +1. And this is where the nerves kick in, ladies and gents. I cannot be fucked playing another close game. The problem is, I think we're looking for the 3 too much yet again. They've already basically matched their score in the first half. We have not scored a field goal in 4 minutes, and this is the reason why the lead is down to 14. Got to score now. Bridges. Good intensity by the OKC Thunder, man. You can tell it's lifted. Johnson couldn't score. Claxton with a tip in, though. And that was a big, big bucket. Big make. We needed that. 24 second chance points. Been huge. Williams. Claxton stays with him. And now Joe to Wallace. Back to Joe. On the move. Gets into the mid-range. The wraparound to Micic. They got 4 to shoot. They don't look like getting one up. Oh my god, that is a brain dead foul. 3 seconds to shoot, and you've given away a foul, man. So, have a big feeling that the second chance points are going to be huge down the stretch here. With 7 minutes to play, the Thunder have possession. They're down 16, but they have nearly trimmed half the deficit off. Is it going to be a case of them running out of time? I'm not so sure. I'm just a little bit scared that we're going to choke this. I'm so scared. We'll have a look at the box score. Mikal has just been probably the worst player out of anyone. He's got team high for turnovers. He's shooting the worst out of any starter aside from Cam Johnson, but at least CJ's got a few threes. Free throw number's still good. We've gone under 50% though from the field, which isn't the best. It is signaling a change in the success that we're getting on the offensive side of the ball. The defense is starting to give way a little bit. The offensive rebounding remains strong. And look, the turnovers have been the big issue today, and we've actually had a really good stranglehold on that in the losing streak. We're actually one of the better teams for looking after the basketball. But today it's been a different story. 14 turnovers. O'Neal's had 4 of them. Mikal's had 4 of them, so I don't want those two playing down the stretch. Cam Thomas hasn't scored in the second half either, and he's attempted 3 shots, so he probably needs to get a few more looks. Dennis has 11, 10, and 7, but I can't suspect he's going to play any more minutes. Dinwiddie and Claxton, the high men with 21 each. Cam Johnson and Finney Smith have combined for 6 threes. As much as they, haven't had as much scoring power as starters, they've been pretty solid. For OKC, now they're getting a little bit more output from their role players. Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, 2 players which are of note. Holmgren has not hit a 3. Shai has been superb, but he's been a little bit jammy. He's been a little bit shifty with all those free throws he's been getting. And then they've tried to milk a few minutes out of their bench to see if there's any scoring on offer from those guys. They've only hit 8 threes on the night, but they are shooting it exceptionally well, getting smashed on the boards. But they have not turned the ball over in quite some time, the Thunder. So we're going to need to potentially lock in on the defensive end and see if we can secure a couple of steals, because yet again the steals have fallen off the cliff. We just haven't been able to get enough of those steals and be able to score on the break. That's why our offense has sort of been a little bit stunted in the half court recently. Starters back in. Oh, not really. They're running Chet and Jalen Williams still. Shai on the bench. Williams will drive and shoot, and he had 2 players on him and somehow hits. That's a tough shot. And those shots weren't falling in the first half. Dinwiddie lets it roll a little. And now Spencer will facilitate. 6 minutes to play. The Nets up by 14. Mikal Bridges will use the Claxton screen. Get into the mid-range. Wide open midi, and he hits that time. And those are the ones he's got to hit. Those are buckets every day of the week. And it's back up to 16. Holmgren the drive, the kick out to Micic. He gets by Johnson. That is a baseline jumper, and he hits as well. And it's, they're getting buckets from this group. And you'd be probably, a little bit idiotic to stunt the momentum, but they are going to. Lou Dort and Shai getting ready to check back in. Bridges shoots a mid-range over Holmgren. Why? ISO Mikal is not it. Williams lost his footing, and it's going to be a jump ball. Gee, it took a long time to call the jump ball. Mikal needs to just recognize that he is not the guy today. He's not. He needs to be sitting in the corner needs to sit in the corner and just say, I'm not going to take away from our offense. Because it's looked a lot more stagnant in recent memory. Giddey is back in. He's been on the bench for quite some time. Yeah, so I don't know what these minutes are going to do, but the starters are back in for OKC. Except Isaiah Joe. He remains in place of Holmgren. They've taken Holmgren off. Bridges cannot win the jump ball. Cam Thomas was thereabouts. Are we going to get another jump ball? We are. So another jump ball. A few seconds come off the clock. And so we're going to have a double jump. So well done by Spencer and Cam for getting their hands dirty and ensuring there was no chance for a timeout to be called the way of the Thunder. 111.97. Dinwiddie v. Shai. Dinwiddie knocks it back. Dort saves it. Giddey, the drive, the Euro, and he scores. Got Cam out of the way. It's down to a dozen. We have gone a 39% from the field in this half. We've only got that 28-point buffer at halftime to thank. 10 to shoot. Why are we running out the clock every time? Pass it to Cam. Dude, 4 to shoot and he gets it then. Step back mid-range. Oh, it's just a terrible navigation, bro. Oh my God. Shai for 3. That's well short. Get the rebound. Cam does. And he passes to Spencer. We're in the final 5 minutes. And I've just completely forgotten to start the time. Dinwiddie. Johnson on the wing. Stop playing man on man and pass the fucking basketball, dude. Dinwiddie defended by Williams. He drives. That had to be a foul on Jalen Williams. Dinwiddie's gotten absolutely hit in the face. And God, that could have been a lot worse. Lou Dort has just completely run into Dinwiddie's head. And Dinwiddie got knocked out. Wait, what the fuck? How are there not free throws? He was going up. He was going up and he got fouled. That is a joke. That is a joke. Where's the explanation for that? He's gone up. He was on the gather. How is that not a fucking continuation? That is an absolute shambolic decision. Absolutely shambolic decision. Dinwiddie with 4:26 to play. Johnson on the catch. Uninspiring offense at the moment, man. Shai the drive. Blocked by Bridges. They get the offensive rebound. It's Giddey the drive. The layup is good. It's down to 10. We got 4 minutes. They've gone on another run. 14-4 run in the last 4 minutes. What a fucking surprise. The offense has fallen off a cliff. We're playing this slow, rubbish basketball. This doesn't suit us at all. Bridges. Cam Thomas, 8 to shoot. Why is he getting it now? Drives on Shai. Gets one up. He didn't get it to go, but an offensive rebound. Bridges to Dinwiddie. 3:30 to play. Dinwiddie the drive. The shot. And he doesn't get it to go. How is it not a foul on the shot again? Oh, you're fucking kidding me. These referees, bro. Send them back to school, because, mate, no amount of learning could fucking teach them the way to ref the game. It's going to be, like, we're lucky we're in the bonus, because that's the only thing that's let us off here. So free throws for Dinwiddie. Please make these. He makes the first. That rattles in. That was... Oh my God. That was clearly on the gather. We're going to get a timeout as well, it looks like. The use it or lose it timeout. 112-101 the score. I hate this. I hate this shit. We've got 3 minutes 30 to hold him off. Sorry, microphone. Oh my god. I cannot be asked if we lose this game. 3 minutes 30. We had a 31-point lead in the first half. Or, sorry, the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Then we went back to the bullshit that doesn't work. How many times do I need to say that it's not rocket science? The minute you go away from your strengths, what do you expect? Look, we just need to score probably 8 points. 120's got to be enough. If you're going to play some bullshit isolation crap, you need to just give the ball to Cam Thomas and let him cook. If you're really that inclined to play ISO. It's not enough. Like, I mean, I know we have to run the clock down, but we need to look for the best shot, and that's only going to arise if you're moving the ball and you're not remaining stagnant and flat-footed and things are predictable. Like, if you just encourage OKC to play one-on-one, they're going to eat that shit up every time. The Dinwiddie's got a free throw. Excuse me. So, Dinwiddie. Okay, Dennis is back in. So it looks like we're emphasizing defense, which I sort of can get behind. Dinwiddie makes both. So 113-101. The Thunder are going to need to move it quickly here. Giddey into the paint. Layup is good. And he scored over Dinwiddie and only lost about 6 seconds on the clock. The clock continues to run. Dinwiddie will pick it up. What's going on? Oh my god, we're hacking Clax. Or they're hacking Clax. And the last time they did this, this was in the first meeting. They were absolute losers because we were down 19. Clax is 5 of 6. So make a couple here, Clax, and do what you got to do, please. Oh my god. I cannot believe they are still in this game. I would have brought Finney Smith back in. If we want to go all-out defense, 3 minutes to play. He's short on both, but we get the board! We get the board! Johnson, early in the clock. Claxton, surely was... How was he not fouled? Oh my god, why did we rush that? 3 minutes to play. Oh, you're kidding. No. It's the same crap every fucking time. Every time they call that bullshit fucking foul. He's done it all game, the rat. He's done it all game. What an absolute rat. Seriously. Finney Smith is back in, so it looks like JV heard me. I don't know who's going to the bench. Why would you take Clax off? Seriously? So 3 minutes to go. Giddey. Inbounded to Williams. High screen. Good switch. Williams scores with the right hand. They just keep driving it and we keep shooting threes and running out the clock. This is the first time it's been under 10 points since it was 24-15. It's an 8-point game and we've got a long way to go. Dinwiddie. What is this offense, bro? Bridges into the paint. 3 to shoot. Bridges got one up and he scored. Lou Dort got elbowed in the face. Oh, that is very lucky. That could have been an offensive foul. Shai. Picked up by Bridges. That's too easy. And he scores for 2. So we're going to enter the final 2 minutes with the Thunder down 8. Dinwiddie. Switch. Holmgren picks him up. Spencer. 1-on-1. Chet, spin, good move, missed it. Dennis with the offensive board, and it was knocked away, and it's going to be Nets ball with 2.4 because that layup by Spencer did not register. Lax is going to check in. Finney Smith is off. Lax back on. 2.4 to get one up. Dennis. Johnson. Oh my god. Dennis! Yes! Dennis! He flung the inbound pass to Johnson, who flicked it up for a three. Dennis was there. He snuck up on everyone and he scored with the putback. 30-second chance points. Drive. Shai the layup. He blew it. Rebound by Claxton. It's going the other way. Come on! Clax is going to have to go to the line. He needs to make these free throws. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it. And subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back in a couple of days for Nets Blazers. Make sure to tune in for that one. Hopefully, we've got the same high energy that we've been able to get today. Lax at the line. Makes the first. So he made five of his first 6. Then missed 2 in a row. And now he's made 1 there. Dennis, bro, he has been clutch on the glass. 5 offensive rebounds. He's got 13, 12, and 7. Lax at the line for 2. He made both. And he's been excellent from the line. He's 7 of 10. The Thunder need to move quick. Williams the drive. The layup is good. And they are moving very quickly. They're getting some quick buckets. But we just need to keep on being smart with it. Dinwiddie gets it ahead to Dennis. And with 1:21 left to play, Dennis just needs to be responsible with it. Dennis, bounce pass. Johnson's open. Ice it! CJ actually is throwing. He had a great start to the game. He is, I don't know the last time he made a field goal. Shai hits a 3. It's down to 7. Got to get it past half court. Got to get it past half court. We're in the final minute. Up 7. Dinwiddie is doubled. Got to make space. Bridges. You got 9 to shoot. We got to get a shot up. Bridges, the switch. The pass. Nearly knocked away. 2 to shoot. Johnson. Oh my god. Oh no. Williams. Gonna drive on Bridges. Dennis tries to knock it away. Lou Dort's open for 3. It's off. Rebound Holmgren. And he missed the layup. Oh my god, it was a foul. Johnson cannot make a fucking shot. He's been stranded on 9 points for like 25 minutes. And I'm talking 25 game minutes. That 3 was huge by Lou Dort. He missed it. Cam Johnson was still on the deck. CJ is... Oh, shit. CJ, I think, is cramping again. This is like the 3rd time this season this has happened. I think it's just cramp because he's got head in hands. Cramps really hurt, so yeah. It's got to be one of those. 27 seconds to play. We're up 7. It feels like we're down 7. Fucking hell, we have not had the run of the grain for ages. Mate, how did OKC not score off that? We were 1 man down the whole sequence. I don't think Cam can walk. He can't close this game out. And you know what? Good riddance, because you've fucking blown 15 million shots. Jesus Christ. How are they still in this game, dude? Oh my god. So are OKC in the bonus? I'm not sure. If Holmgren missed that, that would have been huge. Well, he did miss that, but if Holmgren wasn't fouled, it would have been huge. We're going to be forced to make free throws the rest of the way. O'Neal is back in, and Holmgren's going to shoot a couple. 119, 112 the score. It is way too close for comfort now. There's a long way to go, but, I mean, we've got the time on our side. It's over, bro. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. No lead is safe. We were up 32 points. How is this a ball game? Holmgren misses the first, and I tell you what, you look at their free throws, their percentages, they have missed far too many. I swear they're not this bad a free throw shooting team. Shai's missed 5. Holmgren misses his first. Gotta get the rebound. Why is there no center in the game? Holmgren makes 1. It is down to a 2-possession game. We have to inbound the basketball. Get it to Bridges. Oh my god, dude. Look after the ball. And Cam is going to get fouled. Mate, every time Mikal takes a couple dribbles, I get super scared. He's already had 4 turnovers today, Mikal, and he hasn't looked nearly comfortable enough with the basketball in his hands. It's fair to say that, well, Cam Thomas hasn't been great at the free throw line as of recent, but his season mark is still 81%, so he should make these, and he makes the first. 120, 113. And the Thunder have 2 timeouts remaining, so this is going to go on for a little bit of time. The Nets have 1 timeout left. The Thunder trail by 7. It's a 3-possession game, and that free throw make was really, really important. So I did say about 5 minutes ago, if we get to 120, I think we'll be okay. And so we've cracked 120. Mark Daigneault calls timeout for the Thunder, and they will look to draw something up which will be very time efficient. Remember when we were up 20 points? No? That happened? That happened? Don't remember. Don't remember that shit happening. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Blazers in a couple of days' time, and then we'll have a nice little break before the Nets play in Paris. So this has just been way too close for comfort, man. I have not liked anything about this second half, man. At halftime, you want to roll it back? I said we'd have to play a pretty shit second half to lose this one. And here we are with, well, a good lead with 20 seconds left, but a lot can change. Surely the lead is too much to make up, though, for OKC. They've got no timeouts remaining. Or no, they've got 1 left. So they score now. They've got to bank on us missing a couple. Then they've got to use the next timeout, make that, and then, like, they've got to hope we miss free throws. Today we've been very good at the line, so looks like we're running an all-defensive lineup, which is not surprising to anyone. It'll be Dinwiddie, O'Neal, Dennis Smith, Bridges, and Claxton, the 5. 20 seconds left. Giddey, the inbounding specialist. Who's it going to be? Isaiah Joe on the move. He stood on the sideline. And that is a huge stop. Huge stop. Clax read the pass cross court. It was a great find by Giddey, but Isaiah Joe just trapped himself in the corner and stood on the sideline. So good defense by Clax to not foul. So 18 seconds left. All we got to do is inbound the ball, and you can probably call it a day. Get it in, Mikal. Or get it in at Royce. Get it in, Royce, and we call a timeout instead. and we're going to use our final timeout. And that's pretty smart. We can get it ahead past half court, and we will have a lot more periphery to work with. So hopefully this one is done, because my goodness, I've been scared for the last 5 to 10 minutes, bro. It's just like, it should never have gotten to this. I think we'll look back on this performance and say, well, it was always a good first half, but yet again, the second half, very, very reminiscent of the second half last game, the second half at OKC. A lot of the shit that got us in a good position in the first half, like many other games have gone, it's equally our undoing in the second half, because we can't make shots, play too much ISO ball. The ball movement isn't rhythmic. It's very, static. So, OKC will inbound. No, sorry, we will inbound. We just got to get the ball in, make the free throws, and I think you can probably say this one's done. Cam Thomas is in the ball game, obviously, for the free throw shooting purposes. Cam Johnson is okay. It was just a severe case of cramp. So O'Neal from the side. Look to inbound to Bridges. Oh my god, he lost it. Fucking idiot. Shai, layup is made with 12 seconds left. And we don't have a timeout, so we've got to get it in now. Got to get it in. Got to get it in. Bridges. How was he? He definitely travelled. Oh my god. He definitely travelled, Mikal. He definitely travelled. And they just got hit with a technical. That was 100% a travel by Mikal. 100% a travel. 100%. He walked a full-on journey to Paris a few weeks too early. He took about 5 steps, mate. And Cam at the free throw line gets the roll, and we will also get more free throws to Mikal. This one is going to be done. This guy took an early trip to Paris. He doesn't want to play against the Blazers on Sunday night because, yeah, that was a full-on journey. You don't even need a fucking aeroplane for that. You just need to... he's already in Paris at this stage. Bridges at the line, makes the first. That was an incredibly lucky call. That was nearly a 5-second call as well. Bridges the second is good. We're going to win a game of basketball! 3 by Williams. It's off. Get the rebound. We've won! Yes! You! It wasn't convincing. We've got it though. We've got the dub. It was real, it was good, but I don't think it was real good. We win this one 124-115, and it's fair to say while the offense decided to return to normality, that second half was a little bit dodgy with the scoring. Only 23 net points. And, well, the Thunder, they came storming home. They scored 36 points in the final quarter. And, look, we nearly had that bad second half we were talking about that we needed to avoid, but we get the dub. You just take it at this point. And it was really supplemented off a good first half, but you look at the three-pointers, they only hit 9 in the game. Their field goal percentage was still pretty high. They missed a lot of points at the free throw line. The turnovers went down in the second half for them, so that let the door that left the door a little bit ajar. But we just got enough buckets down the stretch. Shai was a little bit quiet in the final quarter because he was on a tear in the third. But in the last, he didn't get as much run. Holmgren had 17. Jalen Williams really helped their run late game with 20. And Giddey did a similar sort of role. But overall, the Nets did what they needed to do. We got some great performances. Cam Johnson, bro, you were like 3 of 6 at halftime. How did you end? 3 of 15, bro. He took the most shots of any player on the entire team. He ended with 9 points. I barely had to change the player spotlight today. Every time I put someone in the spotlight, they always fucking shit the bed. Finney Smith hit some big threes early. Claxton was immense. 23 points, 13 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds. He had made 7 of his 10 free throws. Aside from one trip where he missed all of them, he was 7 of 8, which is a great return. You mix that in with Dayron converting all 4 of his. And you also mix that in with OKC missing a ton of their free throws, and you say, well, this game could have been a lot different if things went the way they usually go. Clax and Dayron miss a couple here and there. OKC make a lot more free throws. Like, how many times is Shai going to go 10 or 15 from the line? Mikal was pretty awful. They gave him run down the stretch, but I don't think 39 minutes. That was unacceptable that he played that long. If anything, you play Finney Smith over Cam Johnson because Cam was doing nothing for us. Spencer Dinwiddie had a really good game, even though he didn't facilitate. He did a great job of getting downhill. You know, how many times have we been able to say recently that 5 players could have 2 or more trips to the free throw line? Dayron with 4 free throws, Cam with 5, Spencer with 6, Mikal with 8, Lax with 10. You know, it's really good to see that we actually converted our free throws today. We had 33. The last time we played OKC, we had 31. The difference being we made 8 more free throws in this game compared to the last. And that's probably the reason we win this game. We hit 14 threes. Granted, we started the game on a tear. We were 10 of 21, and it went off a cliff. But it's fair to say the three-point shooting, which has been awful for some time now, that's what got us the lead in the first half. That's what got us the scoring. The field goal percentage went down, but the free throws remained up. 20 offensive rebounds was huge. Dennis Smith Jr. had 13, 12, and 7 after a 1-game absence with injury. It was good to see Cam Thomas actually get back on the score sheet. He scored 19, but he did not score a field goal in the second half. And we had 15 turnovers, which seems to be a team high for the last 10 or 15 games, which is really weird backward sort of thinking because if you don't include the Pistons games, we have lost 10 in a row. But I feel like in every single one of those 10 losses, we have not had 15 turnovers in any of those games. We've always had less, which makes it really surprising. But overall, you had 5 players score 10 or more. You had 2 players score 1 shy of that. You had 2 players score 23. Mikal scored 17. Even though he took 13 shots, missed all his threes, and the 4 turnovers, he still made his free throws, which in previous games he was criticized for not doing against Detroit. He went 9 of 15 or something. I think he missed 6 in a row. So it's good to see that the free throws were being made. The offensive rebounds were on point today. Granted, it was on point the last time we played him, but to see Clax of 8 and Dennis Smith, a point guard who's like 6'1", have 6, that's really important. The keys, though, is going to yet again be the steals and the blocks, holding themselves up, those stats up for the entire game. At halftime, we had 7 steals and 1 block. In this game, we ended with 9 steals and 3 blocks, so only 2 more added to each total. So that's not enough, and that really makes sense because the turnovers for OKC really stopped in the second half, and they were the better side for it. So, yeah. When you've got 4 players having 2 or more turnovers, it is not a good thing. But it was good to see basically the entire bench had a steal, which is awesome. But yeah, the turnovers, Cam Johnson got to hit his threes. Why can't we just have a game where everyone actually scores the ball? Because we were on track for it. Mikal had a pretty off night for a man who played 40 minutes, and Cam Johnson, I reckon, missed his last... He would have had to have missed his last 10 shots, I reckon. Because, my God, that was a tough watch. But we win. We win, and that's all that matters. I don't really care how we do it. We just needed to win. It's good to see that we got back to the winning ways. We got back to doing what had gotten us the wins in the win streak. A lot of the metrics that were good today were the metrics that we were good at. When the win streak was happening. Very reminiscent of those times. Claxton was superb. And he's going to need to be that usual assertive, dominant self because he got out-muscled. He looked very timid in the second half against Houston. He started the game really well. He had 6 points and 10 rebounds, but then rest of the way had like 6 points and 3 rebounds. So it was good to see this game he was complete. It was a very complete performance. 23 points, 13 rebounds, 8 offensive, 3 assists. What more could you ask for from your starting center? And a guy who, in his contract here, you've got to make the decision of, are you going to play that guy... are you willing to pay that guy $20 to $25 million? Well, I can tell you if we get those performances regularly, then he definitely warrants that money. But the problem is we don't see that nearly enough. It's very matchup exclusive. It only happens with certain teams. Look. Let's have a look at those people in the chat. Good game, Sabbath. Thanks for the stream, and we finally win. Yep, it's good to be talking about this team actually winning games of basketball. I never doubted my team. Sure you didn't. Lucky I was here. Well, yeah, this apparently was your first game of the new year, so I guess you just have to rock up every game from here on out. 68 points given up in the second half. Jesus. Well, that's a Nets game for you. Do well in the first half. It was very identical to Houston, except in this game we had the offensive firepower in the first half to ensure that we had a cushion that kept us safe in light of conceding 68 points. We could get outscored by 19 points in the second half, but win because of that first half. It was just far superior. So, yeah. The Knicks smashed the Sixers. Wow, by 36. I like that Dennis Smith Jr., Cam Thomas, and Lonnie Walker lineup. That really opened it up for us. It did. Lonnie only played 5 minutes, so we're going to see only more minutes from here on out, I do imagine, with Lonnie. Dennis was great. He is just such a net positive when he doesn't shoot the basketball. Everything else he does is really good. It's a positive in any NBA franchise. And look, he's never going to be like your typical jump shooter, but if he strays away from that and he focuses more on athleticism, driving it to the cup, using that athleticism to get these offensive rebounds as he did today with 6 offensive boards, he's going to be a superb piece for us in a time where we're trying to transition and find some players that, have got a chip on their shoulder and they're going to help us be competitive in this time of mediocrity. Why didn't Jacque Vaughn play Lonnie? It was flagged going into the game that he was going to be injury managed. So 5 minutes, I mean, I'd rather him not get injured than get injured. But yeah, I don't think the lead should have ever gotten down this low. We've got to stop going into the habit of playing iso ball. It happens every single time in a close game. And that's why I got concerned when it got down under 20, because I just knew that if OKC went on a run, we would try to play damage control. And with that is running out the clock because time is on our side. It's not really, because it actually hinders us more. I couldn't say hinders us more. Because we play slower. We're not that team. We're a good basketball team when there's ball movement. It's very dynamic. We've got a bunch of players that supplement that. So when you completely rid us of our strengths because you go back to ISO ball, it's fucking stupid. That being said, I mean, we won, so it is what it is. Cam Thomas twisted his ankle. You play Lonnie Walker more. I don't think that's a great philosophy. Cam missed every shot after he got injured, but I like that we played him. If he was right to go, he was right to go. It's that simple. Okay, let's beat the Blazers now. Of course, it's going to be about using this good bit of form and transferring it to another game, because we can't be a flash in the pan sort of team. This can't be one good performance amongst 10. This has got to be the start of a team that's going to be playing some good basketball. I want this to be the norm, not the 68-point second half, but the first half. That dominance was absolutely amazing to watch. He's going to have to play Lonnie more minutes eventually. Of course, it'll come to that point, but for now, you can ease him back in, and you can afford to, because you've got Dinwiddie who starts, you've got Cam Thomas and Dennis as the backcourt tandem. So whether JV is going to run a 3-guard lineup, or he's going to stagger Cam Thomas and Cam, Dennis, and Lonnie in such a way, it's going to remain to be seen. But for the moment, we're not forced to rush him back in, because we've got the players that can cover for him in the meantime. That being said, I would love to see Lonnie play more for that scoring punch he does provide. That being said, we did get that punch through Cam. Dinwiddie made some good shots. He did, but I wasn't a fan of his shot selection. I do think, though, that he got the balance right today with scoring the ball on the inside and taking threes. He did take some really rash three-pointers, but I think for the most part, he got the balance right. He took it to the cup. He was able to draw fouls. It was he actually scored at the free throw line. He didn't miss a free throw, which also was incredibly important as well, because he's very prone to going 1 of 2, from the free throw line, and he leaves a lot of points on the table. Great to get a dub. Cheers for the call. No worries. I hope Cam Johnson is okay. We need him. Well, if he's going to put up no points in the second half and get all those open threes when we need him to score some, then we don't need him, but we do need him, because he did hit some important threes in the first half when we got that huge buffer. I cannot understand why Jark keeps playing the same starting 5, mix in rookies. The rookies, they're like, as much as we don't play our rookies, and we probably are in a position where we need to play rookies, you've got to understand that our rotation is very deep already. We've got 14 players without the rookies that can actually play NBA minutes. So what makes you think that the rookies can get time? Watford I would like to see, but you've got Dennis, Lonnie, and Cam as well, who can all facilitate. So playing Watford in that lineup as well would probably not be a very good matchup, sort of. It wouldn't do good things to the lineup, I imagine. It's just, yeah, it's just a tough one, the way the roster is constructed. We've got so many good players and only so many minutes to go around. The rookies are better off being able to bide their time in the G League, where they're actually getting played and they can actually learn and ply their trade, because they're not going to get that time that they need to develop in the main rotation. It's just not going to happen. The coach rotation was good in the first half. His rotation was bad in the second half. He kept the starting lineup in for too long. Here is what I'm going to say about this. I did say this at halftime. The reason we are saying the coach rotation was good in the first half was because everyone was playing well. There was no liability, right? The second half, the rotation was bad because the players that weren't holding their end of the bargain were not score, like they weren't getting taken off, and other players weren't getting the run. So it's partially on the players for them to do the role in the minutes that they get given allocated, but at the same time, it is on JV for not making the adjustment and recognizing that these players aren't knocking down shots. You've got to run with the guys that are going to give you the best chance of holding onto the lead. And Cam Johnson was not doing a great job of that, so he probably needed to play less. Mikal probably needed to play less. I reckon you could have run with the bench longer and maybe played Lonnie minutes in place of Mikal, because Mikal looked a little bit out of sorts today. And in the second half, that was the last thing we needed. Getting a player out of sorts to facilitate and actually have a high usage, which was the case, and we didn't look very comfy, to say the least. You don't have to play the same players every game. Well, as much as I hate to be the bearer of bad news, that's JV's rotation for you. So we've either got to accept it or consistently be annoyed about it. And I'd rather not waste my energy. I'd rather look at it from a perspective of, these are the players that are playing. We've just got to hope that they do a good job. It's not worth wasting a breath on saying what could happen, because I don't think it will. How far are the Nets going to go with Jacques Vaughn? Not far. Not far, for sure. Not far. And I'm usually optimistic with coaches. I'm not a very reactionary type, but I just know Jacques Vaughn is not the coach. I think you can get a lot more out of this team. Like, there is a defensive scheme. Like, seriously, what coach says we're going to run the percentages, just pray that they miss? What coach says that? That just exposes how fucking out of ideas you are. And you're not willing to make adjustments. You're just going to wait for the right time to happen. It's not like that. It's not. In the NBA, things are constantly changing. Your team's going to change, like, performance-wise, and oppositions are going to play well. You've got to find a way to fix it up. It's not your job to say, oh, we just want to let luck take its course. No, you cannot bank on luck. When has any coach said, we're going to bank on luck? You bank on what you can control, and what you can control is playing better defensively and finding a new way to play defensively. If things aren't working, you have to work it out. And it's not good enough to say, well, we're just going to run with the same shit and hope it works eventually. Because at that point, you're not even a coach. You're not even a coach. You're just as good as me. It's a good win. I did not see this one as the game that was going to break our losing streak, because it could have really gotten off the rails, but we got the Blazers next. That is a good game to build a win streak from. So hopefully that is the case. Off topic, but the Darkest Hour looks incredible. Thank you very much. The documentary is in full effect at the moment. There's a few things to do, but it is on its final stretch. Nearly done. And hopefully copyright doesn't take the thing down. Hopefully I'm able to upload it on time and not have any setbacks because of copyright and that sort of thing. Alright. We're going to wrap this thing up here. Make sure to drop a like on the way out and subscribe if you are new and you're unfamiliar with what I do. We will be back for 4 Nets Blazers. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Hold on. So yeah, we'll be back 4 Nets Blazers, nice and early. Hope you had a great, watching experience on the stream. If you were actually watching the game as well, hope it was a joyful watch to actually see us win one and get back in the win column. We will be hopefully making it 2 from 2 on Monday morning / Sunday afternoon. And have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. Have a good one. We'll see you whenever the next time is. And bye for now.